to talk about professional wrestling.
Nobody knows the whole story, so I'll tell you.
How about you, Jason?
Oh, this is like a murder room. This is great.
Lots of black sex magicians out there, right?
And look down like, what the fuck?
Oh, we're gonna just do it this way and nobody's gonna stop us.
I want to show that a real champion has to do things for the community, for your people, for other women, you know?
In this business, what you sell is emotions. If you manage to get people invested, you did it.
That's for sure, some videotapes.
It's time for another MMM show.
Welcome to another edition of Masked Mats and Mayhem. I am your host, Justin Outlaw Harvey. You can find me on social media at JustinHarvey75. You can find the entire show on social media at MMMshow75. Wait, I got to do this because he may be from down under, but he's always getting over. It's Comatose. We got to have Comatose on the bottom because he's the down under guy. It just makes sense that way. And Bear, how many bears does it take to screw a light bulb? I think just the one.
Just one.
Just the one. It's just our resident sicko in waiting. It's Bear Brannon.
We got atmosphere now. Look at that.
That's how we feel it.
Atmosphere.
Welcome to
I'm going in hot and hard, and I'm coming right at you, Bear. This one is for you.
Shit.
The Ohm Face big question of the week. The Ohm Face question of the week. Is this the best that AEW can do? We're heading into All In. They've sold 40,000 tickets. They're set up for 46, 47. They can do up to 110 if they wanted. But let's talk about it. Like, really? Not a bad show. I'm not even saying it's a bad show, but I'm asking my question of the week, and I think we'll all get a chance to answer this, is this the best that AEW can do? Are we putting everything into the biggest show of the year? And the reason why we can ask this question is because we asked the exact same thing about WWE going into WrestleMania. We said, is this the best that WWE can do going into WrestleMania? And it was a resounding no. No one felt like it was, and WrestleMania wasn't a total dud, but yeah, it fell flatter than a lot of people thought. So we're coming into All In. We got 10 days left. Is this the best that AEW can do? Bear, go for it.
I mean, we got 3 whole episodes before All In. I mean, we still got another Collision, another Dynamite, and another Collision. But that being said, I mean, what more do you want? There's a bunch of setup that happened tonight. Darby got blown up. I mean, literally.
Yeah.
I mean, they also killed Will Ospreay there at the end. I mean, there was, chaos happening all night. You had the Mercedes and Willow a backstage brawl that rolled out into the
I liked that one.
The arena.
I was a fan of that one.
They're doing.
Look out.
I don't know what they're doing with the trios match, but I imagine it's going to be something like the news anchor brawl from Anchorman. That's what it feels like it's setting up to be.
Maybe.
But Gabe Kidd was back. Excited to see Gabe Kidd back tonight. You have a bunch of I like that one. I don't know. I think they're doing a pretty good job of setting all the stuff up. I mean, the question is going to be going into All In. Are you happy with the matches that are taking place? I mean,
I think that's part of it, and that was part of what we questioned with WWE going into WrestleMania, and part of what I've got a question with AEW of like, is this the best you can do? I don't know. I liked the backstage thing between Will and Kenny. I thought it worked, but also I'm still sitting here saying to myself, oh my God, I feel like we're wasting MJF. I think that MJF versus Will Ospreay would have been a bigger draw. I really do.
Yeah, I could see it being a bigger draw, but they're clearly setting that up too. I mean, I think they've wanted to do the Kenny versus Ospreay thing for a long time. And in terms of like long-term storytelling, I think this is probably a bit of a torch passing moment. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see.
I get it. Hi, Meefloaf. So the question.
So I just heard long-term storytelling. I had to laugh.
Yeah, the big question of the evening, and now you can answer this question, is the Omeface big question is AEW doing enough right now heading into their biggest show? Is this the best they can do?
It's probably the best they could do.
There's a resounding endorsement.
I mean, one of the good things is one of the things they have done is reduce tickets to 50%.
They sold 40K already.
Yeah,
that's a big stadium. 40,000.
Yeah, I mean, 40K is not even half full.
What does the capacity? Is it 80,000 capacity? It's one of the biggest stadiums in the world.
It's
isn't it?
90,000.
116.
There you go.
Jesus.
For wrestling, 116 because the floors you can fill up the floor.
So that's only a third of the tickets.
What's the biggest crowd at any wrestling promotions pulled? What's the biggest crowd? You know?
What in Britain?
It's supposed to have been the first All In.
That was actually biggest, was it?
Yeah,
it's either that or the Toronto Dome WrestleMania that was supposed to be 96, but that was an inflated number.
Yeah.
I mean, well, let me tell you, those events, like I was at SummerSlam in Cleveland, that was 50-something thousand, like 54,000. I was at WrestleMania 40 in the Eagle Stadium, the Finish the Story, that was 70-something thousand. I was at All in Texas, that was 55-something thousand. I mean, it is anytime, any event that you go to that has more than 30,000 people is freaking massive. It's massive.
I mean, it's more people than went to SummerSlam, on any given night.
Yeah.
Leeds do 35,000 every week. That's only because our stadium's capped.
Which is also incredible.
No, not really. That's not even.
No, I mean these NFL
who's drawing 90,000 at that stadium? Just the Premier League.
Taylor Swift.
Swift, yeah. Beyonce, Taylor Swift.
Who's drawing 90,000?
Muse
at Wembley. Anybody who holds it there. If you don't sell at Wembley, you shouldn't be there. Basically.
Right. It's like either sell out Wembley or go back to the O2, right?
Yeah. Oh, and to be honest with you, the O2's it's a great venue, to be honest with you. They do really well there. They might sell it out for full price. There's a reason, like, even WWE haven't played with Wembley because of the pure cost.
You know what? I like the way that it's panning out already. I know that would make sense to go MJF and Ospreay, but at the same time, Ospreay and Kenny Omega is more of a dream match to sort of see. Because this would be the rubber match, wouldn't it? Because I think they've had a couple already.
Yeah,
and
they're one and one.
They're talking like the story today.
Yeah, and
exactly.
I actually like the setup of MJF and Andrade. Just with the whole, I think it's cool because just because like it elevates Andrade as well for what he's sort of doing at the moment as well. They could make that something special, I think, and especially with the storyline with the ring and everything like that. I think it's plausible. But
I think it also spreads some of the talent out. Like the thing with WWE does a lot is they pool their talent to the top, all the time, and it keeps it very top centric. You only have a few of the main guys. By splintering out some of the talent and not doing like per se the MJF like the biggest draw match, you're now spreading some of that draw across there. You're getting Andrade a bit of a run in that gauntlet, that casino gauntlet there. They're clearly setting up, I would assume, Ospreay versus MJF at some later pay-per-view for who's the real champion. That's the whole thing with his belt that he's got going on right now, walking around with the with
another fake belt.
Yeah, there's too many fake belts in AEW right now. I mean, maybe not
Well,
fake, but
like you've got Mercedes
Monet
walking
has a
around
belt. Yeah.
with her Owen belt, which no one has ever
Yeah.
done before. Like the Owen belt is supposed to be
Yeah.
the day you get it. It's a ceremonial belt, and you don't defend it. Like any belt that is not being defended should not be on the television show.
Yeah, I agreed. And that there's just there's a lot of belts just floating around right now, and I'm like, they're just like accessories.
I do like what they've done with the tag team by splitting it. Like I was saying, like into the trios is kind of cool because I think they've got that much talent that they can afford to do that and give more people, screen time, and not just that. But like I said,
Well,
I
think we have to talk about the trios thing because it is the Andre the Giant Battle Royal Memorial, whatever of All In, but also it's not bad. It's working.
They've elevated
that match between Moxley and Jay White was putting me to sleep. But then the Schmoz Fest afterwards, where the the entire trios division comes out again and basically saves the whole thing, and then Swerve teases showing up with the New Day or whoever the hell his tag team partners are going to be. That was like that saved that fucking match for me because that match was dreadful.
Yo, I'm just excited to see Trench and Timu Brock Lesnar back in AEW.
Timu Brock Lesnar.
Oh man,
Mogul Embassy getting back together, baby. It's the reunion I've been waiting for, even more so than Enzo and Cass. That's just they created something special there.
I think the thing they did miss out on that though was to back up from Collision and actually bring Shane Taylor Promotions and Hurt Locker again because there was something going. What do we call them?
Business Syndicate.
Yeah, Hurt Locker.
Hurt Locker.
What do you call them?
Hurt Locker.
Hurt Syndicate.
Hurt Syndicate. Yeah, there you go. Whatever.
They're not the Hurt Business anymore. They're the Hurt Syndicate now.
They're just big and scary and strong. Yeah, but
Bobby Lashley is definitely big and scary
and over.
No doubt.
Bobby's intimidating in real life too. Like I've talked to and hung out with Shelton before, and MVP is a little intimidating, but he's cool. He's all right. Like he'll have a conversation with you. He'll chop it up for a second. He might not give you all of his time, but like Lashley just does I don't even know. Really? Do you want to be famous, bro? Because you're famous as hell. He just doesn't.
He doesn't nice when I met him.
Yeah, but I mean, he's just I don't know. Like on the Jericho cruise, he just stayed in the talent lounge the whole time. Like he didn't do shit. He didn't seem to want to be a part of wrestling.
Nah, man, he's not about that flashy whatever. He does his shit.
Have you ever seen one of his suits, Bear?
Yeah,
yes, I
met him. Talk about flashy.
Actually, my buddy filmed them going suit shopping in Boulder, Colorado, or somewhere around there.
Maybe I just prefer Ernest the Cat Miller was there too, and he was walking around hey, you know me, right? You know who I am.
I'd rather talk to Ernest Cat Miller.
Oh my God, he was the best. He was the best. And I was introducing him to some of the younger wrestlers that didn't know who he was. Nick Wayne didn't know who Ernest the Cat was. I was like, Nick, you got to meet Ernest the Cat Miller.
Dude, I would have loved to meet the Cat back in his prime with Norman Smiley, mate.
I mean, bro, I think the Cat might still be in his prime. He hadn't lost a step, attitude-wise.
Yeah, right.
Maybe ring-wise though.
I tell you, I got to meet MVP once when he came down under, and he's exactly the same as he portrays himself on screen as well.
That's weird because in the UK,
straightforward.
He was lovely. So when he was in the UK, I went to watch. Well, it's actually when I went to watch Pentagon for the very first time. I travelled 400 miles to Preston, and basically MVP is where MVP blew out both his knees.
Oh,
same promotion, same ring.
The best thing about MVP's knees are the fact that he blew them both out, so he just walks funny on both sides now.
Yep, that's why I had to get him and say he can't be bowling with knees like that, man.
Yeah.
Bowling.
So he was just going because he's a big Man United fan. Ugh. But he was No, but basically he just said to everybody, "Oh, look, the game's on. After, like, come across, we'll all go watch the game and hang out." And he's like buying over drinks and stuff.
I mean, well, to
But
be
this is
fair,
when his
Bex,
like kind of mainstream career was pretty much in the war. There, like, yeah.
To be fair, Bex, I don't know that any high school age kid knows who Ernest the Cat Miller is. And that's about how old Nick Wayne was at the time. I think him and Billy Starks were fighting for youngest on the boat. They're young kids. I know my internet's probably glitchy as hell tonight, isn't it?
No, it's been fine.
Okay.
But yeah, the
a big,
MVP
big
I walked
step
in.
up
No,
over,
Bobby Lashley walked into the lobby of a hotel for WWE, and he was stood there. And Jesus Christ,
You see, why the long face?
it's like a brick wall.
I bet.
He was.
Did you have a successful MMA career, Bobby Lashley?
Yeah.
How do you go?
What?
Yeah, he's pretty good in MMA.
Let's look up his record. I've
I
seen a
don't
couple of his
remember him
fights. They were good.
being. I mean, like obviously he's physically imposing, but I don't remember him being like I don't know that.
He was 15-2 in Strikeforce and Bellator. That's pretty damn
That's what's
good.
up. I reckon I've seen a couple of fights in Bellator.
I mean, he had a 5-0. Now, don't get me wrong. Those unlike UFC, they were feeding him, competition he could handle for the most part. But also,
who was the biggest name though? Did he take down any decent names?
Bob Sapp. But Bob Sapp was way late in his career.
Way old, yeah, exactly. But it's still a name.
Yeah, did better than
that's
Punk.
the biggest name that he got. Let's see, James Thompson, who was decent later, Josh Franklin, who was decent later, but yeah, none of them were like real bangers. Like literally, Bob, like semi-retired Bob Sapp was the biggest. I mean, he fought Bob Sapp in 2009. Bob Sapp's career, the height of Bob Sapp's career was like 97.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like 10 years after his prime is when Lashley fought him. But also, it's Bob Sapp. Like you don't know anybody that would take on even old age Bob Sapp. Like, and Lashley beat him handily. Like, it's not, just because he was past his prime, it's like, even past his prime, Bob Sapp could beat 83% of every MMA fighter on the planet. But Lashley got past him. So, like, I
mean, Lashley's not a pushover exactly, man.
No, Lashley can fight. Like, he's legit. Like, he can legit fight.
He might not be able to fight, but I don't know if you'd hurt him. It's just solid.
Yeah.
He's thick.
And athletic, too. I mean, like, I don't know if there was that... there was a segment on WWE when he first came back where he was doing, like, some obstacle course thing, and it was just some stupid silly Vince thing or whatever, but like Lashley was doing 6-foot box jumps and shit. Like, dude is a fucking athletic specimen.
Beast.
Yeah, like he's definitely no joke. All right, so AEW is doing okay. Bear gives it the thumbs up. I think I still feel like I'm missing some level of spectacle here. And maybe it is because I'm WWE programmed from my youth, but like I just feel like you're going into your biggest stadium show of the year. But I get the matches and I see it, but like I feel like there's some pomp and circumstance missing here.
I think there's some pops behind
it. But I think for you though is that you don't like Kenny Omega like that. You know what I mean? Like I did. Like,
I used to.
I know. But and to be fair, I think that's fair. I think it's
Justin, you're not living 10 years ago.
Yeah. I do think that there is some element of like, Omega's kind of on his, on the way down the card a little bit, if not out here sooner than later. But I think spectacle is, that Omega's still like in terms of like the way that Tony looks at it, one of their bigger stars, you know, and so for them, this is like the dream match for a certain segment of the audience for sure.
And I was feeling it a little bit during the promo. I thought the very end of the show, like, I get it, but it didn't get a lot of heat from me. I think I felt it better. Like, if we're going for the realism thing where it's like Kenny's a tweener, but still a face, and Will Ospreay is the white meat baby face at this point, right?
I don't think even Omega or the face. He seems to full on heel right now, man. Like
he's going
heel. Yeah, man. Like I think he's fully.
Well, like I liked the promo stuff because I like the kind of the realism stuff, but then I feel it feels forced to me, like at the end when Kenny's trying to get that heel heat with that spot. And don't get me wrong, like an over the hill past his prime guy in the main spot is not a problem for me. And WWE's done that plenty of times, and I can still get excited. You know, I was getting excited about some of those later Undertaker matches when we knew, like, oh my God, when he does old school, it takes like 5 guys to hold him up on the ropes now. Like, but there's a way that you can manage the spectacle of it and still do that. And I just don't know that I'm feeling it sometimes. And maybe it's because Kenny's not as good a promo as some of those other guys.
Yeah.
And that. Actually, but I also think that, but see, that's on Tony Khan because it's a known quantity. We already know Kenny does not cut the best promos. So why are we letting him cut promos?
Because it makes the most sense in the context of what the match is going to be. Because we all know that Will Ospreay is going to walk out with the gold. You know, like I'm assuming, right? Most of us would be assuming that, right? But it makes sense because they've got the history in that, and that's why Kenny's going to play that heel sort of character right now and have a dig at everything that he's done and followed in his shadow kind of thing. And it would make the most sense, you know, storyline wise, and to be able to, you know, make some sort of sense as opposed to what if you put him up against MJF. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't. It would be great. It'd be a great match either way, but the storyline and the history kind of really makes sense and sells it, I think.
Well, right. MJF would have sold the match better than Kenny did.
But there's no history.
Sure. Just because he's better at the mic. So you're not wrong there. But that being said, and I think some of it is just comes down to the booking. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Kenny Omega is clearly the heel here. Like, I mean, like, he's doing all the heel stuff. But then you're going to put him and the Bucks in a heel-on-heel match in the main event, you know, where you are kind of tweenering it up because now you want them to beat the Don Callis family. So there's elements of that where it's like, if they really wanted to turn Kenny, you know, they could have done put him against the Rascals or some team that they don't want to see him beat. You know, I mean, there's elements that you could do with that for sure. That said, it's another one of those things where sometimes I feel like I don't need as much as AEW is giving me sometimes. I thought that promo between the two of them where they explained what the stakes were for the match did a lot more for me than, I don't know. See, then Kenny,
you know what it is? You know what it is? Yeah. I think it's like Justin made a point on watching Raw the other week with or was it might have been the SummerSlam with the main event with all the Usos and the Fatus and, you know, the bloodline basically. You didn't know who was who. You didn't know who was the heel, who was the face, and we got a lot of that tonight. Like another match that was there, for example, that you couldn't tell who was who in it was it Nigel versus Hansero? How do you say it? Hansero?
That's just
I'm just trying to compute that. There was more. I thought there was more. Face sort of cheering for. You know, I thought more Hansero was more over than what Nigel was.
Yeah, so they're having that problem in CMLL right now too. Except down there, they don't consider it a problem. He's just a Rudo that people cheer for as a Rudo.
Yeah.
But I mean, we discovered that when we were down there too. Like there was times when Hechicero was getting more of a pop than Mystico, and it was like, what is happening here? He's the fucking heel, but he's like the Undertaker down there. He really is. Yeah. Hechicero is like the modern day, lucha libre version of the Undertaker. He's that over guy that is the veteran in the locker room. He's the locker room leader, and everybody knows it. And it's hard to not cheer for that guy, regardless of what character he is. But, it's the mask and the character is Rudo.
Yeah.
So,
Definitely.
you know, and he's connected with the Rudo factions up here, but this is also the character development storytelling part of it. Like, other than just putting him with bad guys, we haven't seen Hechicero do a bunch of dastardly shit. We don't know any of his motivations because he's never been in a storyline with any character. We don't know anything about Hechicero other than the first time he showed up, they said he was some sweet ass dude from CMLL. That's all the American audience knows about Hechicero. And and the insurance people also told him he could no longer do the fire thing after the first time. So that's why he looked at his pyro today like, hey, there's my fire. It's over there.
Well, to be fair, I don't know if we should be trusting the AEW pyro team after tonight. So
no, the whole last match was a smoke show, bro. It looked really cool on the Steadicam, but the rest of it was like,
they found the pyro they missed from the barbed wire match.
Yeah, but you know, some of those places just don't have the ventilation.
It looked like Starcade 98 in there, mate. It looks like it's fire.
But like, yeah, look, AEW does have some issues with that, but WWE SummerSlam had major issues with face versus face and not knowing who was aligned where. There's still a little bit of that feeling with the bloodline. Like, is Roman a baby face or is Solo just the baby face, or like what's
Solo's the man?
Solo is amazing. He's about the only thing I like on Raw right now.
Penta was definitely the most over Rudo that I think I've ever seen. I mean, there was 400 something people in the room. There were 400 people cheering for him to break somebody's arm. That is an over Rudo. Like, if every person, I don't care what size the room is, but if every single person is cheering for you to do something evil, that is an over Rudo.
Yeah, no, for
Perros
sure.
de Mal.
This generation's Stone Cold.
Jr.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, okay, so what are you looking forward to the most at All In right now? 10 days out, what is the thing?
Darby and Kevin Knight. They've really built that one up really good. You do know who the hell is the good guy and the bad guy here. Kevin Knight's been healing it up. Kevin Knight's been doing a really good job healing it up, actually.
He is a great heel. I don't know if I ever want to see him be face again.
I mean, I think he'll still be a great face at some point too, but like he's doing really good at the heel work right now. I'm excited for that match. It should be a banger. I don't know, man. That trios match, I don't even know what it is, but like I'm very intrigued by it. There's a lot of people involved in that match that I enjoy watching wrestle. You got Swerve in there, you got Ricochet in there, you got in there, you got Hangman in there, you got Gabe Kidd and the Dogs in there. Maybe the conglomeration gets on there. That seems to be kind of what they're eyeing in there too. You know, even the Lethal Twist right now, like those guys have been fun to watch in the ring between what we saw in Mexico and that match that they had with, you know, Brodito and Hangman on Collision. They got some fun, innovative offense between Blake Christian.
Man, you didn't even mention Blake.
I just said Blake Christian, yeah.
Oh, Blake. Oh man, Blake. That dude.
Banger, man. You know what's going to be
Lethal Twist, man. Those guys have some crazy offense.
Lethal Twist is ridiculous.
The banger match of All In, I'll tell you what it'll be. It'll be Kyle Fletcher, take a shitter.
No, fuck, yeah. Shit. I didn't even think about that. Like, that match is going to be awesome, too.
It's a Don on Don crime.
That's going to be fire.
Yeah, and actually they're building that one up pretty well as well. Like I like the story that's moved. Even I don't know. The Monet Willow thing is it's weird because like Monet in her promo today, I go, yeah, valid point. Everything you're saying is 100% valid. You know what I mean? Like Willow is like the quintessential like John Cena babyface, and there's elements of that that I think like irk me a little bit too. But like Monet called her out on all the things that I think that like sometimes.
But Willow also went along with those things too. Like, yeah, people just like me because I just do my shit, even if it's dumb.
But
that's basically what she said.
But the thing is that like Monet, like Willow did shove cake in her face and then dance around her in the ring.
And it was, we called it out then. That segment didn't make any sense for baby faces to be doing that shit. It was a total heel segment.
But that's what I'm saying, where Monet is calling her out. There's some truth to this Willow being a bully thing.
Yeah, but you say that's the Monet calling her out. To me, that is
Monet setting up so that
Tony Khan exposing himself for a poorly written segment.
We'll see. We'll see how the story plays out. But I mean, Monet's saying it in the promos. I mean, she's addressing it in the promo.
Right. Monet's just got to take the belt. Like, I do not want to see Willow come out of that with the win. I just don't. I think if we're gonna do a Monet run, it's time. Let's just put it on. Let's just put it on her and see what she does. Like, I thought that they should have sent her back babyface.
I did too. I think there's more money in the Tekla match, but I mean, like,
is Tech even going to be on the goddamn card?
They keep saying the promo. They keep saying on the dirt sheets that she's going to be on it, and Tony keeps telling her she is. And I got to imagine it's something.
But maybe it's Tekla versus Maya World. You know,
that'd be such a weird step down. Now,
Willow is a very good spokesperson for wrestling in general.
She's a Karen. She's an LA Knight, mate. She's a female LA Knight. I'm telling you.
Like,
she's the female LA.
Appeal.
Como's not feeling the Willow.
But with that,
she's getting the appeal. I understand the appeal of what she is, but like to me, it's just there's a lot of the way that she's been booked over the last year that makes it really hard for me personally to want to get behind her. And part of it is like watching her take
You can't do this to yourself. You can't do this to yourself. Are you saying that Tony Khan's shit at booking things?
I'm saying that me and Tony Khan don't always agree on it. I just agree with more of his booking decisions than anything. I tried one. Dude, I flipped on WWE Raw for like 20 minutes on Monday because I was going to hop on the show. And dude, I could not. I was like, this sucks. This is so boring. I watched the Becky Lynch segment.
You picked the worst thing.
And then like the Javon Evans match. And I'm just like, dude, this is just blah.
Your boy Bouncy, bro. Your boy Bouncy.
Like, there's nothing here for me, man. This all feels like filler bullshit.
See, the thing is, that the two things are not mutually...
Feel the love.
Have to put together. So if Tony Khan's shit at booking, it's not purely but Triple H is worse. You know, they're not. You don't have to like go.
Well, I mean, look, one of the questions I had for this show in general too was like, who's going to get better first, WWE or AEW? Because they both still have these major gaps to me. They both have these issues with the heel versus heel, babyface versus babyface thing. Though in the sake of the Don Callis thing, it works. And but also, but maybe in the Bloodline thing, it works with Solo being more face than Roman. But Roman still being a face. I don't know.
Is Roman a face? How is Roman a face?
We created
Roman is not a face.
He's a face.
Roman is
not a face.
Roman is a face because he is now doing it with the Usos instead of the Usos doing it for him.
He's positioned as a face. It doesn't matter if he is
There's nothing that he has done that makes me feel like he's a face. He's got a gang of dudes back up. They're forcing Solo back into the gang. They forced Jacob into the gang, man. Like, there's nothing. There's nothing about this bloodline thing that makes me feel that they're like a face setup here. Like, Solo is a face,
but they have catchphrases. Not I mean, warning shot. Not I mean, we the ones, you the twos.
He's having nosebleeds with Tony Khan.
That's totally a face thing. Obviously, when you do this, that means you're a baby
face. Plenty of heels have a catchphrase. I'm better than you, and you know it. MJF, he's our scumbag. Whose house? Swerve's house. You know, heels have catchphrases that are cool.
Sorry, Mill, comment of the day. Comment of the day. Nose beers.
No, because Roman is less of a dick does mean he's a face, because that's how WWE works.
Less of a dick than who? Everybody's kind of a dick. Like
Stone Cold Steve Austin never did anything nice. Stone Cold Steve Austin never did anything babyface except for one thing, and he said, "If you want me to do some dastardly evil bad guy shit, give me a hell yeah." And then people would say, "Oh, hell yeah." And then he's a babyface. That's it. That's all he did to be a babyface.
316 says, "I just whooped your ass." I mean, he did all kinds of catchphrase shit, man.
Right, but I'm saying that's all. That's the only reason he was a babyface.
What?
Right.
What?
Right.
What?
Give me 3 seconds to actually talk.
Okay, go, Meef.
So, firstly, who's to blame for this current mess of wrestling? The fans.
Road Dogg?
No, we are.
Oh, you didn't know?
Remember what we did?
What did we do?
We made tweeners. We made vigilante guys.
We made them,
our favorites.
ECW.
So the guys, this whole, oh God, he's a good guy, he's a bad guy thing. We made that because we said we no longer wanted to heel our faces, really. All the people before us did. The generation before us. You know, so we had the rise of the anti-hero. That happened. And that's where we're at now.
Yeah, okay. And look, ECW was ECW was a little part of it, but then what we did to compensate for that was we shifted what it meant to be the hero. Yeah, Stone Cold did bad shit, but he did bad shit to his boss, and everybody wanted to get over on their boss. Rob Van Dam smoked weed, but everybody wanted to smoke weed, so he was still the good guy, even though he was doing illegal shit.
What then happened? You end up not being able to do the guy who beats up his boss, and it just became a watered down version, which became what we have now.
Look, I'm here to tell you right now, everybody would love LA Knight if he dragged Michael Hayes out from backstage by his ear and beat the shit out of him and told the whole audience, "This dumb motherfucker booked a terrible shit for me, so I'm gonna whoop his ass."
You know,
with everybody saying L.A. Knight.
But this guy,
yeah,
the only way he's getting over with me is it. This is just on TV. I just want to show you something. This is actually on my TV right now. I don't know if you can see that. That's the triple cage. So when they bring one of those back,
wow,
and LA Knight gets pushed off the top, and he gets pushed off the top of that, I'll be his biggest fan.
I gotta say, WWE is like missing out on such a good. How is that not in a WWE video game right now? They own the licensing to the fucking triple cage. Like, what the hell? How is it not in 2K?
Because it was the darkest hour of wrestling.
I don't.
Second darkest.
Second
Dixie Carter begging is probably the darkest to me. But
I don't know. Owen falling from the rafters is probably the darkest.
I mean, that show still went on. People were cheering.
I'm Chris Benoit.
Yeah, but that didn't happen in wrestling. Yeah, that didn't happen in wrestling.
But the thing with the Roman thing is he's a face because the company.
He can't be a face. He can't be a face.
But Bear.
He's a face.
Ignore it. It's what he's positioned as a face. Whenever he says he's a face, because that's where he is. He's positioned as a face because he's the guy.
Who is he going against that is a heel that makes him a face?
Dude, he's the guy that they sent out to do the Knicks segment in Madison Square Garden. He's their face.
He's the
face of the company. He's not a face. He's the face. Yeah, you're right. He is the face of WWE that is like a despicable piece of shit TKO company. He's the perfect face for it, but he's a fucking heel.
Mill says that was the darkest moment. Was the Owen thing? That was the darkest?
Dude, the Raw the next night was pretty sad, man. Just watching them all lose their shit, man.
That's the darkest that we know of. I think Ashley Massaro might be even worse. I mean, I think she was just fucking straight up used, abused, murdered, and thrown out by that company. But you know,
and the US military.
Fucking whatever. All right, so there's a couple specific things I want to talk about. We'll do it in a minute. But I'm starting to agree with Bear. I think AEW is doing a decent job with the all-in build-in, but I still feel like I'm missing something.
Which one are you excited for? You gotta be excited for something.
Oh yeah, I mean Kevin Knight, Darby, gangbusters. I really am excited for the moment where we hear whose house? New house. And the New Day comes out. You know, it's a new house. Yes, it is. I think that Swerve showing up with New Day will tear the roof off of Wembley.
So how
tear the roof off of it.
And this is the thing, guys.
Like, Swerve was a heel.
I think
how's he going to be a heel if he's got the New Day?
I think it is missing something, right? But the thing that we're missing is going to be the big secret pops that are going to be behind the curtain. That like your New Days and whatever else they've got in store. It's not going to be just like stock standard what's on the card. They're holding something back for sure.
But he's got to do that this time because everyone has thought Tony Khan was going to do stuff like that in the past, and it didn't happen. Tony Khan does not like to do the big pay-per-view surprise. What he likes to do is the dream match booking that you know about.
He's done it. He did it, didn't he? He did it he did that ultimate one where it was like, what was it? Adam Cole came out and then Daniel Bryan and then somebody upstaged him after he came out. I can't remember who it was. It was like a double one on one of those.
Someone from WWE.
He should be dropping some clues. He should be dropping the notion that the New Day are there, just dropping clues on each episode that leads you to go to believe.
He is, which I think is great. I mean, he's dropping clues that Swerve is showing up in that trios match with somebody.
Absolutely, and the people that.
And if it's not the New Day, God bless Tony Khan, because I hope he gets on his jet real fast. People are going to be fucking pissed if he doesn't give us some kind of surprise.
It's Tony
French was in that one music video.
The Bella Twins.
Oh man, if it's the Bella Twins, no, it's gonna be Enzo and Shotzi Blackheart.
Maybe Keith Lee's coming back.
No, Keith Lee is done with wrestling, bro. Keith Lee is.
I wish they would book Shotzi and Leo Rush on that card.
Blame Jericho.
Yeah, Shotzi and Cross, I think, are the two that we're not gonna see in AEW.
Well, I want Leo Rush.
Sure, there's a few others.
He's a draw, man. He's a draw.
I don't think we're going to see Aleister Black in AEW again either.
Although he did do that promo that called back to the Malachi stuff.
There's some other people, like we still haven't heard what's up with Kairi Sane. I don't know if her 90 days is up or not.
This could be a pop.
But see, that's the other weird thing about those WWE releases is that their 90 days weren't all activated right then. Some of those people were just told, like, hey, you're not getting renewed. So they could have had a month or 2 or 3 months left and been told they're not getting renewed. They get paid out for that. Then they have a 90-day no-compete after that. And they just get told not to show up to TV.
Yeah, Bailey was my next question. Yeah, exactly what you said.
Yeah, when did Bailey's contract get up?
Bailey's contract is not up until January, from what I understand.
Okay. It sounded like it was already up.
But she has not re-signed. From what I understand, her contract is not up till January, and currently she has not re-signed. I know there's a lot of speculation that she'll end up at AEW, but I think that the contract hasn't even gotten to Bailey yet. I think the contracts have gotten to her people, and her people have said more, please, and we'll see if she gets it. I don't even think she's even had a chance to negotiate herself yet. I don't even think she's in the conversation yet. I think WWE will come back to her with a higher offer, and then we'll see if she sticks around or not. But I don't think she's even really in the major negotiation part. I think people just caught wind of the fact that her people didn't accept whatever the very first offer was. So she is not renewed right now, and her contract is up at some point in the next 5-6 months. Not soon. They wouldn't be putting her on TV and using her if her contract was up in like 3 weeks. WWE doesn't do that. So
what's Mill's question here? Who is the Nightmare in AAA? Tall, long hair, looks like a WWE person.
He's from NXT, he's the guy taking on Psycho Clown.
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is an NXT guy.
He's some bomb from NXT.
It's what's his name? Somebody said it. Isn't it? I can't remember the name. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't.
He took out Psycho Clown.
Way to put
Pissed
the
me
guy
off.
over.
No, quit attacking Psycho Clown.
No, he should be attacking Psycho Clown with a machete.
No, why? Psycho Clown's awesome.
Why do you want to?
Look at this. Check it out, Meef. Meef, check it. Check it out. Check it out. Look what
Can't you
I'm
see the look of concentration on Meef's face right now?
Well, no, it's just no one will ever respect Bear as a human if he continues to show Psycho Clown masks.
Dude, I want the one where it pulls off and it's got the other stuff. How do I get that?
That would be
You
cool.
buy it off
Bro, as soon
How
as
much
I
do you
saw
not buy
them
them,
put
though?
that on TV, I was like, that mask needs to be selling out everywhere.
How do I get it? I want that mask.
That
Psycho
mask
Clown
was
saw me
dope.
that match.
Meefloaf, you had to even like the face off mask. Come on, bro.
That's sick.
It's a genius
tongue.
new way of doing
This
things.
is the Como thing.
However, it's still attached to Psycho Clown, the worst clown.
I think you guys need some time alone. In the
You
room.
think Psycho Clown is worse than Dave?
Dave's way better.
You think he's worse than Doink?
Oh, which doink?
Yeah, exactly. Either
It depends
or.
on which doink you're talking about. Oh,
Have you ever seen Psycho Clown wrestle?
Yep.
Dear Lord.
Oh yeah, he's awesome. Everything I want in a wrestler.
I mean, Psycho Clown really should be a juggalo. I could see why Meef would kind of like him.
Well,
Psycho Clown would be a great juggalo. Like,
You
can you
take-
imagine
take-
Psycho Clown and Willie Mack as a team?
Have they ever done the gathering thing or anything? I feel like they should have been in some of the Juggalo stuff.
they've had a lot of big names at the gathering, but they've never had, I don't think, anyone out of AAA to my knowledge.
That's crazy. You would have thought that whole clown, because there was like a gang of those clowns down there for a while.
Yeah. That's why we used to say AAA is full of a pack of fucking clowns.
Yeah.
I'd actually,
literally.
You had Psycho, Dave, Murder, Pagano.
Pagano. Big
Oh,
There was
Pagano's
like
the
4 or
best
5
clown.
of them.
You actually enjoy Pagano.
No one knows style.
Yeah. I'm sorry,
He's
but
getting
Dave
WWE
Dave
for
the Clown is the most creative wrestling name of all time. It's even better than Big Bad Steve.
Oh my god.
Is that Steve's kid's name or Sting's kid's name?
Oh God, Sting's kid. Can we just talk about why Darby had to get wrecked instead of that little punk ass bitch?
I think he's getting wrecked next week. I think he's going to get wrecked next week.
I hope so.
I think Kevin Knight's going to do some dastardly shit to Sting's kid next week.
I will say this. If AEW does some type of attempted murder on Sting's kid on television, I will hunt down LA Knight for Comatose.
Well, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing that you got to understand about what you just said. Because you just made a deal with the devil there with Tony Khan. Because if Steve Borden gets jumped by Kevin Knight or does something happens, then Sting's going to make an appearance at All In and cost Kevin Knight the belt. Like that
makes it even worse.
I know that's what you just asked.
No, what I want is no involvement from Sting or his children with one of my favorite wrestlers. No.
This is like when you have to deal with a genie.
Are we in agreement then that Sting is your LA Knight?
Maybe Kevin Knight's favorite wrestler growing up was Sting. Maybe this is a dream situation.
If
for him.
Kevin Knight's a little stinger, I will never root for any black person with a belt ever again.
Where did Sting touch you?
That's a lot to put on.
Did Sting touch you
Kevin
and make
Knight.
you go,
None of my homies. I'll never cheer for
Kevin Knight comes
Swerve
out
or
with the
Shane
reverse Sting
Taylor
face paint.
or Athena or Willow or Mercedes. I'll never
What about
cheer.
Maya? What about
No.
Maya? You're gonna stop cheering Maya?
Okay. First of all,
Sting.
while we're on the subject, we got to talk
By the
about
way,
Maya. We got to
they
talk about Maya for a
crowned her.
second.
They
Yeah,
crowned her. Tonight,
Bear was right, everybody. I said there's no way. The only reason to do a 4-way match, I said this, the only reason to do a 4-way match is to take it off of her, but let her have some dignity. And they left it on her. I was not expecting that.
And she
That was
got
amazing.
the pin on Stat.
Yeah,
Including Saul. Yes, Saul is black, so it would include Saul.
You leave Saul out of this. He's my baby. I love you,
Listen,
Saul.
that win was impressive for Maya. Like
I loved
everything
it.
up until
That was the
now
happiest I've
has-
been being wrong all week. That was amazing. I was very happy.
She just took a pin fall over Stat in a match that had Persephone and Sheeta in it as well.
You give me credibility, right?
And like, as much as you could say, oh, this is a feel-good story or kind of fluky, this 100% cemented her as like TK really believes that he has something here. I loved it. I still think she's a little green in the ring. I want to see a little bit more.
She is, and she's had some botches. She's had some bad spots or whatever. Like, let's be honest. Like, she has not had a flawless run. But it's working better than Saul's run did.
No,
it's working better than that first Lyra Valkyria run in WWE did. It's working better. Okay, I'll tell you what it's not working better than. It's not working better than Julia's TBS run, where she was one of the top stars in the company.
Actually, I think it is working better than Julia's. Because all right, I'll say this going into. All right, here's my counter to that.
Julia's House of Black run, that shit was over.
Yep. So here's my thing. House of Black Julia going into it, high expectations that I just don't feel like were met for me. Like, I was kind of like, okay, I really want this is cool, but then seeing her actually do the run for me left me a little bit of like, not ready was kind of what I felt like going away from that. Maya's run, on the other hand, I went into it going, ooh, I don't know about this. Like, not sure about this. But the longer I've seen it go, the more I've been like, you know what? Actually, I kind of see it. Like, and she's not perfect, but like I can see the vision and I see what they're doing, and I'm sold on it. I think she is a pretty good champion.
I mean, I'll tell you what, dude, I was in the arena for a lot of that Julia run, and the pops were crazy. I mean, and she was kind of a heel at the time too. Like, House of Black was still healing it up a little bit, but like they got to the point where they kind of just had to go with her as a face because she was getting just these monster pops. She was getting these monster pops, man, and it was just like it hurt so bad that she got hurt and then came back, and now she's kind of a low B tier player because man, was
great
she
run in Stardom.
Yeah, I know. And she's still
Stardom
young.
thing,
There's plenty of time.
Yeah. I think for me, it just left a lot to be desired from like the character work a little bit in that run. And I think that was the thing for me. I was like, you can't, as much as Jake Swagger would love to say it, you have to be more than the hat. Right. And that's sort of what I felt with Julia coming out of that one as well.
She was selling the hat though. She was selling more hats than Jake ever sold.
But like, there's always been a thing with her and like a character work, but it's weird because you're seeing some of it start to creep in. I think pairing her with Tekla has been really good. I think you're starting to see some of that creep into her character. And I think you see some of it a little bit when you're watching some of the Stardom stuff where she gets to kind of maybe be a little bit more freer than what she can do in AEW. Right. So like, I'm excited to see where Julia goes. But that being said, this Maya run has been great. Like I was not, I don't know. I'm a big Persephone fan. Like, and so clearly, putting the belt on Maya then was just like a weird thing for me of being like, I don't know. She's kind of come out of nowhere. She was in this tag team. She had that nice little run there in the Owen. And then, and then I felt weird because it was like her brother died. And there was like this little bit of like, well, her brother died. And it's like, the blending of kayfabe with like real life stuff there kind of was a little bit weird for me. I don't know.
Well, and look, it's not like Vince wouldn't have done that back in the day, but Vince would have just made her fucking lose. Vince would have pulled at the heartstrings and told you all about the dead brother and how she really deserves the win, and she would have still lost on her birthday at home with her mom in the front row. Because that's how Vince did it.
Won the belt at her birthday. I mean, there was just like all these like these like.
But I've always kind of liked that shit. Like the one match where John Cena brings all the little kids out during his last run was the one where Brock Lesnar squished him, and all the little kids were crying, and I was just like, that is old school Vince right there. And Vince might be the worst person ever on the planet, but at the same time, there's something
to some extent. They still buried her to Monet. I mean, not buried her, but like Monet got the title, like the tournament win. You know, but then they gave her the TBS title on her birthday. And it felt like a little corny to me. And I think a little bit going on to that whole, oh, we get the title on your birthday thing. But that said, like, I think she's earned it now. Like I've come away, especially coming out of this match, and be like, all right, cool. You're gonna put her over, man.
I love when Vince would do stuff like that. It'd be like, bro, we'd go to the Cleveland Raw, and it'd be like Dana Brooke would lose, fucking Dolph Ziggler would lose, The Miz would lose, everybody from Cleveland would be like hyped up. He'd put them all on the card, and they would all fucking lose like miserably with their moms in the front row every time.
But that's why you would get these matches that sometimes feel bigger in WWE back in the day, because you would build these people up that you wanted to see lose because they did all these terrible things like beat your hometown hero and everything, and then finally you get. I mean, that's why Cody's finishing the story felt so good. That
is part of the wrestling formula, is that you have to let the crowd down enough so that when you don't, it matters. So, and it's one of the things that like AEW isn't that good at. You know what they are good at though? Like when they find an Acclaimed, Tony will pivot sometimes and just be like, wow, the people really want this. Let's slap it on these kids. And he did that with the Acclaimed, and it was a smart move. Just run with them as these crazy babyface champs for a long time, sell the merch, let them pop the crowds. Why he ever stopped it, I don't know. But the fact that he did it, and they weren't really slated to be where they were. And it was just like, oh, yeah, the guy that comes out and raps and the other dude, yeah, they're getting over. Put him with Billy Gunn. Let's do a thing. And like, let it go. That's one of the things. And Maya was obviously one of those things, you know? It was like, hey, yeah, she's down on her luck, but this girl came in here. She did us a flavor when Tegan and her girlfriend messed up, when they came in and they did whatever they did, you know, no judgment, but Maya and Hyann stepped up. And I want to see more from Hyann, because like Hyann can go. Like Hyann fucking wrestles. I've seen her tear some girls up. And like Maya's getting this big push, and we haven't seen shit from Hyann. they were tag team partners. Like, I know she's been taking Maya's pins. Right. They've been pairing her with Maya and protecting Maya by having her take some pins in some multi-team matches is what she's been kind of that fall person for that. But she's been getting a little bit of work on some of the main roster. But yeah, she's the pin eater right now for Maya, for sure, to protect her a little bit in these multi-team matches. Yes, I love cake.
Who doesn't love cake?
It just depends on the kind of cake.
All
right, we got more to talk about. Don't anybody go anywhere. We'll be right back after a word from our friends at Face. Can I do this now, Byron?
Yeah. Are you doing the new one? Yes, this is phenomenal stuff. It's the Trios set, which is the basic set that everyone should have. You have a wash, a toner spray, and then a moisturizer.
I'm going to crack this bad boy open because I want to prove something to you guys out there about Face.
This is phenomenal. Everyone, pay attention.
I've been using these products for about a year and a half now, long before we were sponsored on this show. by Face. And it's simply because these products are as easy as 1, 2, 3. Right, Byron? You've been using this for a while yourself, haven't you?
Yeah.
Number 1. Right there. You see that number 1 on there? You can't mess it up. The beginning is 1. You start with number 1. This is your daily face wash. This is what's going to exfoliate, clean, cleanse, and heal your skin so that you can have the face that you want to have. You want the face that rules the place. This is where you start. Step number 2 is the spray toner, okay? So once you've gotten all the grit and grime off with number 1, you're going to this step, which is restorative. This is what's going to get you back on track. Step number 2. It's a light mist. It's friendly. It's herbal. It's refreshing. And it's going to bring your pH balance back into place. Then, and this is my favorite part, man, I use like 2 or 3 little squirts of this stuff and it goes all day. This is your step number 3. This is the Face moisturizer. This is magic. This is the full detail that you get when you go to the car wash. This is what makes it shine. This is that final coat that brings back that youthful look, that rejuvenates your skin, that heals the cracks and craggles and wrinkles and brings you all back together.
If you want to incorporate it into other products that we've shown, like the eye patches, the eye masks, you wash, you do your toner spray, which feels amazing, and then you put the patches on. Or you can put the face mask on, the Zorro mask they sell.
And I've been using it for approximately, I think, 7 months now. I recently went to a dermatologist, and she's told me, really good genes or you're doing something. And I was like, I am doing something. It's called Face.
That's how I genuinely feel about these products, and they're super duper easy. Steps 1, 2, and 3. But let me tell you what they say. Get ready to seize the day with a 3-step daily routine kit that's simple, easy to use, and gently formulated for healthy skin and a better shave, which I needed to do today, but I forgot. www.omface.com, MMM20. Get that discount. Get your daily trio 3-step skincare set. They've done it for you. 1, 2, and 3, 1 box. Do get 20% off. Do yourself a favor. Get yours now.
Get it now.
Get yours
MMM.
now. We're supposed to have a new product for the month, but Byron is working on a new show that I can't talk about. And
it's on a mayonnaise commercial.
I know what the product is, the refill kit for the travel pack, but I didn't get the copy for it, and Byron has it, and Byron's not here tonight. So I promise you guys a fresh Face read next week where I get to say Face a whole lot. Yeah, you know what you do with them female Eskimos. You rub noses. That's all you do. That's all you do. You just rub noses. That's it. You just get in the tent and you go.
I'm British. I'm not going to say what I was going to say.
Yes, sir.
Can we talk about Saul Ruka?
Yes, we can. End of the week. Let's do it.
What a match.
Look, we talked about AEW for Bear. We let Meefloaf say how terrible AEW was, and now we get to talk about Saul.
I mean, I didn't say how terrible it was. You guys did it for me. I don't have to say anything. You just point out how shit it is, and at all points why it's so bad. As good points.
Look, if you do get money or you have friends, tell them to get the Face, because literally, like,
get it.
Hey,
I did my whole treatment about an hour before the show tonight, and I feel like it's working. I got the moisturizer going. Yeah.
Just remember, who your boys will hook you up. MMM20.
I need to ask Byron if they would like a not a spokesperson per se, but a celebrity endorsement. No, a guy's free.
Probably. You know Anthony Agogo?
Who? I could probably.
Who?
Know each other.
But we're talking about Saul?
Yeah, okay. So I do want to talk about the Saul Lyra thing. We talked about it a little bit on Monday. Is this working? Are we rehabilitating Saul? Because like Man, it was real touch and go there. And I know we talked about it a little bit on Monday, but then I was thinking about it again. I was like, dear Lord, I hope they save this child. Like, they had lightning in a bottle with her. I think she's got the look, she's got the charisma, she's got the work ethic. She needed to learn how to be a little more violent, learn a little strong style, a little, aggressiveness, that ruthless aggression type thing. She did need some of that, but I felt like she got it. I felt like she got it more than Kalani did, and that's why she got bumped up and Kalani didn't. And then we get to that run, and that run wasn't great. It was not great. They put the strap on her, but then I felt like this week was not just a little step in the right direction, but a huge step in the right direction.
Oh god, yeah. If you compare how it went from the Raquel Rodriguez match, what was that? 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago, yeah.
That was sloppy as
today.
But in saying that, it's a bit weird because they were, Raquel and what do I call her? Little mini cake. They were all, cupcake. Yeah, cupcakes. They were all in NXT with her, so it's surprising that they didn't put on, a good match as what her and Lyra did, because I think pairing her with Lyra, because they knew each other so well, you know what I mean? They can bounce off each other, and they can they work well together, you know what I mean? And that was probably the point that we sort of made on Raw this week when we were watching it. It sort of everything was positioned better. It was everything was hitting better. And it was more, of an accurate sort of match to watch, which was good. Like you said, it was a step in the right direction.
Yeah. Well, we know Chels can go with the boys because, Penta and all. And Shotzi wrestles dudes all the time on the indies because that's where the real money is. And also, for the promotions now that are paying top dollar for Shotzi, they're not going to pay top dollar for Shotzi and then have her wrestle some girl from the wrestling school that, comes on Saturday afternoons for an hour.
Yeah.
So they have to put her in there with the guys a lot. I think since she's left WWE, probably 60% of her matches have been against guys now. And it's working.
They could be pressing her so much more current gimmick, mate. If they play on the Blackheart gimmick with Lio Rush, it's money, man.
It's money. It's total money.
They should be pressing it a lot more, though.
Yeah, they really should.
Yeah. That's why I'm surprised we're not seeing Lio Rush on the actual All-In card at the moment. He's money.
He'll be in the Casino Gauntlet.
He'll be 0 hour or Casino Gauntlet or something.
He'll be in the Casino Gauntlet match. He'll pop up, do his gimmick thing in there, and people freak out, and then whatever. But he'll be in the Gauntlet match.
Sort of pairing him with all the different people in there. So they had him with the Rascals this week.
The Rascals this week is funny.
That was kind of cool. You know what I mean? He's just playing different.
I liked it with the Rascals. I honestly want to see him paired with the Rascals more. I think that would be funny. And I think both of those guys.
I liked some of the conglomeration stuff too. It was hilarious. Dude.
It was. Yeah. It was hilarious.
Put him with the Bang Bang Gang soon.
I mean, I'll tell you. To me, the firest tag team of all time would be Mark Briscoe and Lio Rush.
That'd be interesting.
I don't know if he'll do a tag team run.
I'm just saying, if those two were together as a tag team, you would never not be entertained. There would never be a time when those two would come to the ring where you wouldn't be like, A, the wrestling is going to be crazy. B, the comedy is going to be out of control. The gimmick is going to be nuts. Imagine Mark Briscoe going, no, man, don't move. He can't see you if you ain't moving. Just stand still.
Them boys, them rain.
And then, Mark could be like, he's moving, Leo. Get him.
You put too much thought into this, bro. You way too much thought into that.
Because I want to be entertained by wrestling, damn it. I just want to be entertained. Sometimes a dream match is entertaining, but sometimes just some random dumb shit can be fun.
There's so many hours in wrestling. Right. You know what I mean? There's a place for a lot of different things.
But there's things like that when it is that entertaining. It's so random and entertaining that you look forward to that kind of stuff. At the moment,
when done right, I think for me there is what AEW is doing with Lio Rush now is like, okay, cool. They're sprinkling him in, but they're not overdoing it. And then sometimes I look at like what WWE is doing a little bit with Danhausen right now, and you have what people are saying is the worst match at SummerSlam, and it's like sometimes you can overdo some of it too.
The match isn't even the issue. It's just the fact that they put him with Joe Hendry and then killed him.
Oh, they killed. Oh, the Joe Hendry thing was awful too.
I don't believe in Joe Hendry.
This is Danhausen just making the money, and that's the angle they're just continuing to play with him, man.
But they milked that shit too much. They could have easily drawn it out for a lot longer, and it was just like, Danhausen everywhere. We're just gonna fucking ride this fucking thing till it burns and crashes. And it's like, I know, but that just bums me out because, and I think that was my big thing when Danhausen went there, and everybody's like, oh, everybody loves Danhausen. I'm like, yeah, but WWE is gonna do the thing that they always do, and they just are gonna run this right into the ground.
Because he knows how to market. He knows how to market himself, and that's just money. That's the way WWE look at it. It's just money, man. Like it's not about putting him in the ring to sell tickets that way.
Putting him in the ring, he could have used them as like a niche entertainment thing that could have filled easily a year, and they fucking sped run that thing, man. They just.
They're just about printing money quick at the minute. In the ring,
from what I've seen of his matches, I've seen a fair few of his matches now, and I think that he's comedy in the ring when he is in the ring. But the way that they've utilized him in the ring at the moment, it's been a joke. They just paired him with midgets and hit people in the balls. It's pretty bad.
Yeah. Look, they had the LWO. The LWO was printing money. They were selling more shirts than anybody. They new shirt every town they went to, and they just destroyed that for a bloody WrestleMania spot with a NFL player.
Yeah, you're right there, Rebecca.
And look, I'll never understand how WWE is with some of these things because, like the Cross thing, Cross was as Bison, check you later. Yeah, like the Cross thing, like he was the number 2 selling guy of shirts after WrestleMania and wasn't really featured. And then they fired him.
They make some stupid decisions, man.
But it's every wrestling company. Like we were talking about Anthony Ogogo with AEW. Like, why wouldn't you just do anything with him? Like when he has that many followers, like I just don't even understand. Like why I would put that dude on the 0 hour every show. If you're gonna put the Costco guy on, put that guy on. Same with Danhausen now, but Danhausen TKO has issued a mandate that Danhausen has to be on all the big shows in some way.
Yeah, and I get it, but at the same time, it's like pepper it in a little bit, ease it back, pull it back. Don't just
if you were to take Danhausen before he entered WWE, right, and you got to like market his gimmick, how would you market him to be better? For me personally, I would have paired him with someone like R-Truth because I think that would have been comedy, man. And like I said, the other skit that I did see that I was hoping for was him to come across the boogeyman because he's the only person that he can't curse, and they could have played a wicked angle there, man. That would have been mine.
I mean, I thought they were right on the money doing the Frankenhausen thing, but the payoff wasn't Frankenhausen.
What did he even?
Should have been Braun Strowman coming back.
Yeah, anything.
Like he should have built a Frankenhausen. It would have been hilarious and stupid, and the audience would have loved it and ate it up, and they could have run for a year with it. Bring Big Cass back as Frankenhausen.
I mean, they should. That's what it should have been. It should have been a tag match at SummerSlam with the Frankenhausen versus probably like
Exactly. Protect him, keep the gimmick going, sell all the merches, make all the monies, and Danhausen has a storied Hall of Fame career off of a 2-year run, better than Elias or any of these, comedy acts. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they just, I don't know, man. Like they went soft immediately. Like they were on a good roll and they just lost it.
They've cursed themselves, mate, and they've cursed people like the Miz too. Because Miz's gimmick is like
cursed.
It's so stupid.
I don't know. They botched it. They're getting Saul right. I'll tell you.
And they see something they're doing well and they just go all in.
Solo. They need Solo. They're doing
Solo's,
right.
Solo's
He is
coming into
over.
himself.
Holy shit.
I lost a bit of respect for him this week.
So the biggest problem with Solo is, you know what's not happening with Solo? It's not selling any merch.
Yeah. But
get him a t-shirt. Pew, pew. Get him a t-shirt that says pew pew. Yeah, on a t-shirt. That's sell like gangbusters.
Maybe Team Solo up with Danhausen.
Yeah.
They're gonna. This was the past few weeks with Solo. He was starting to go uphill. They were letting him get into his own creative. He was getting funny, like he is. He is actually naturally funny. He's got that. They got that. That charisma. But then they had to go pair him with freaking LA fucking Knight, mate. And you just ruined your career now. Like you could pair him with Danhausen, he would have done better, mate. I'm telling you.
That's how I felt when Darby came out with Sting's kid.
Man, both of those guys were good choices. LA Knight is great with Solo. Steve Kidd's great with Darby. It's like full circle here. Sting mentored Darby. Darby's mentoring Sting's kid. It's just,
Oh, Justin, imagine if Sting got together at LA Knight. We could just double hate watch then. That'd be amazing.
Oh, please. That would be the best. LA Knight and Sting together.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
In some high school gymnasium.
The only thing that would make that better is if it was Psycho Clown there too.
Oh, Mill is the best, bro. Sorry, not sorry. We'll never give a fuck Hausen at this point. I love that.
You're on fire tonight, Mill. You're on fire.
I'm partial because I know Donovan. I think he's a good kid. And I know what Tony Khan did to him. So I'm glad for all the success that he's having now. It's just kind of a giant fuck you to, and I don't have any ill will against Tony Khan, but I like the fact that I think Danhausen got done a little bit dirty as far as wrestling goes for the last few years. And he put money into his own spots for AEW and then they didn't use them. And then they took him off TV in October and then he wasn't seen on AEW TV for 16 months after that. And then he came out and did an ROH spot in New York and then one AEW spot and then wasn't seen again until after his release. It was crazy. It's crazy. Why are you employing this guy? If you don't like him and you don't want to use him and he's garbage to you, the guy asked for his release, then just let him go. It didn't make any sense. And he was the number three. He was the number 3 merch seller for the year for AEW, the year that he wasn't on TV.
Well, that's why you hold on to him.
I guess, but Tony Khan doesn't really care about that kind of shit.
No,
it seemed punitive. It seemed punitive. And don't get me wrong, I don't know the whole story. So maybe Donovan told Tony Khan to go fuck his mother or something. I don't know. Maybe he did some out of line shit and Tony was punishing him for a reason. Who the hell knows? But also, it is cool to see that guy get out of the contract and just be and go to WWE where everyone was like, no, there's no way. This is some bullshit. And then make millions in his first 3 months. Millions and millions of dollars. He really did make all the monies. Impressive.
Yeah, I think it's one of those coma talk moments where we say that common sense ain't that common anymore. It's just, that's perfect. Good times.
Yeah. You can't.
You got sense.
Yeah.
I
really want to see them do something with Trick still.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And so Carmelo.
Poor Carmelo.
Carmelo. We've been talking about Carmelo coming in and making the between Big Cass and Corey Graves. That'd be funny.
I mean, look, Carmelo will always. Yeah. There's just, there's only so much that WWE could do. But I think
pair them together and give them a tag team run, man.
Pair them together.
WWE, as long as they don't go back to whatever they were doing 3 weeks ago, they have gotten better since SummerSlam.
SmackDown.
And I know you said the second night of SummerSlam was decent, but I just thought SummerSlam was a miss in a lot of ways. Like the lead up was off, the storylines were off, and wow, yeah, like they're in a better place now. AEW's in a better place now. I think literally they're in a race to see who can not suck faster.
Yeah,
they're doing pretty well.
Like, but I'll say this about tonight's AEW show. I felt the same as I did about Raw. Like, it had a few things that missed for me. Like, I didn't like the Rey Mysterio match on Raw. I didn't like the Moxley Jay White match tonight. I get the Nigel McGuinness going over 𝔸𝕃𝓄ℕ thing. Because you're building this story towards Wembley or whatever. I don't know how the fuck they're going to pay that off, but I mean, it's Nigel McGuinness. Yeah. It's England. It's Wembley. Of course it's him. Like, I didn't even think about that at first. I'm thinking, 𝔸𝕃𝓄ℕ's got a chance. No, he didn't have a fucking chance because they're building to Wembley. Anyway, we'll see. Like, I'm curious to see if both companies can just keep it going. Like, Raw was definitely in the realm of not suck, but it was in the realm of not suck because it was a lot of AAA this week. And AAA is one of the better products out there right now in general.
Triple Mania, though, let's be honest.
I gotta say, man, there's some stuff I've been liking on SmackDown. I caught it on a plane, and I was like, okay, there's some things that are happening. I don't hate the Punk and KO stuff. I don't.
Right. No,
it's a bit of a rehash. It's a bit of a rehash of the Kingston Punk thing from AEW.
Isn't it a rehash of every Punk feud that he's had in WWE?
But these ones are like pulling back to like the sloppy fat guy from Ring of Honor that Punk didn't like because they weren't professional
the Kevin Steen thing, yeah. And he wasn't.
Yeah.
Which is what makes it a good storyline. I used to see Kevin Steen matches back then, and I didn't like them because I was like, "Who is this big fat sloppy piece of shit that is not protecting the other guys?" I didn't like Steen back then. I like him better as a WWE wrestler. I like KO better than Kevin Steen.
Either way, I like what.
Always.
Oh, so's muted. Bear. This is fantastic.
Yeah, that's how we all are, man. Like we just say it how we see it, and if nobody likes it, fuck them. I've always been that way. I speak truth to power too. Fuck it.
100.
Well,
back on the AEW for a second, right? Moving into this All In in London. You've got the Birds. You've got Ospreay. You've got Nigel. Are they all going to go over?
It's a Tony Khan show. They could.
I'm curious to what you guys think about that.
I mean, look, he put the belt on Paige.
This is true, and this is what I mean. Like, it's to me, it's pointing towards that. But is Tony Khan the one?
I mean, look, I think that you are making a huge mistake if you don't put the belt on Ospreay.
Yeah, correct.
In Wembley,
that's the only gimme, right? But
I mean, you could not do it, but I just don't see. Like, this is a place where you've tried to do 3 or 4 huge shows, and you can't really afford to let that crowd walk away without that win. You can let them walk away without a Nigel. Like, look, it's Nigel. If Nigel gets into a match at Wembley and loses, the people will feel for him. It'll still be a good moment. Like, they'll have gotten to see their guy, but they know that he's past his prime, and they're already building the story where he's got the injury and whatever. Like, you can totally see that.
The Birds?
If the Birds lose, you can still do a moment with Ospreay and Alex where he does the "It's okay, baby, I still won one for us," whatever. Like, you'll get the next one. You can still have a moment that redeems it. I think you still just let them go over. There's no reason in my mind to not let the birds go over there. And I think that keeps the story going even better if you do. So yeah, I think you get a lot of hometown wins. I think it's one of TK's things. Tony Khan doesn't know how to book after the big hometown win or the big babyface win, as we saw with Hangman Page, but he certainly is not afraid to give everybody the big moment at the big show.
Yeah, for sure.
It could be. If Nigel was smart, he would let it be.
Well, I mean, like, he's playing the injury card already. Like, that's the way I could see it happening. Like, you can't afford to, let somebody like Nigel lose that, right? Although, you think most of them would go, but if he has the injury, fights his best out, and then loses it, it's because he tried his best. And let's give him a round of applause for his career. You can see that happening.
See, in this, I agree with you, Mill. And we just spent time down at CMLL and talking to those guys. And, after having spoken with Salvador Luteroth, it's like, that's my biggest issue with CMLL. They have one of the best live wrestling products in the universe, but they don't think on a global level. They're respecting the traditions and the cultures, and they've got this great thing where tourists come, and they're the only wrestling company that can sell out the same building week after week. But they don't have a global strategy right now. And it's like my biggest issue with them. And I agree, WWE does have this global strategy, but they're pushing too hard, too fast.
I wish I'd been there for this. Sorry, I do wish I'd been there for that. Well, but they do actually hold Fantastic Mania. I can't say it properly. Phantasmania, whatever they call it.
Fantastic
Mania, whatever. They hold that in the UK. They've run like 2 big shows, I think, a year now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's with Rev Pro, I think.
Right. But that's the way that CMLL does it. They do a joint thing with New Japan for a while. They do a joint thing with Rev Pro. They do a joint thing with AEW. And it's getting them exposure. But it also, people are watching their product globally. They're not touring their product. They're just sending their guys to other places and doing these shows.
There is the visas.
Yeah. But it can be done. Look, if Kevin Kleinrock can tour Lucha Libre in the States and get people visas, CMLL can do it.
Yeah. Or just ask Kevin to do it.
And Kevin will do it for them if they want. Like, there's ways. And don't get me wrong, there's guys in that company like Miguel is all about it. Like, he's trying to find ways to branch out. Like, they should be getting into fast channels. They should be getting into better distribution. They need to get from behind just the CMLL paywall for their YouTube that they're in right now. I think that's a dead end.
What they really need to do in the UK is they need to take over there's like a Lucha Libre World, which is the El Santo Junior one that runs. Yep. But it runs like every October, November, and again, it's October. We don't know who's going to be there yet. Which I know obviously it's things change, but when it's a very specific event, they haven't got a roster. Let's be honest, you need to put some names down quite early.
Book a couple of headliners ahead of time.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, they're a different company
CMLL
too.
could run out of that
CMLL
building.
owns their buildings.
Yeah.
They built Arena Coliseo and they had Arena Mexico rebuilt. Like, they're their places. Yeah. They don't have tour buses. They don't have a mobile production team. They are not a road show.
They can give me a call.
They do Puebla, they do Monterrey, they do a couple of other places, but I don't know. But to me, it's like, damn, you guys really do have one of the best live products out there. How is this not global? Fucking Ringling Brothers is global. Even if it's just the circus rolling into town doing the same act over and over again, you should be able to fucking take this thing on the road.
Well, it's easy as hell in London. This is what's really weird. I think Fantastic Mania, I think they did it in Bethnal Green once, but generally now they're doing it running out of Manchester. Mm-hmm. But they honestly could run the Roundhouse, which is where I saw that Lucha Libre event. They could run that, and it's perfect for CMLL.
Well, I think
it is round. But
I think they've got a great opportunity to do it right now, because the thing about WWE buying AAA is that AAA will not be the global product.
No.
Because WWE is worried about the main brand being the global product. So AAA is not going to get pushed out around the world unless it's part of a WWE show, not a AAA show.
Those dreams of AAA going on tour in the UK, etc., have gone.
Yeah, they're gone. They're totally gone. And now
the guys aren't coming here.
That's a chance that CMLL has, because I agree with Mill. Like, wrestling should be global. And right now, WWE has the global product because they have the global platform with Netflix. You know, and everybody else should be trying to get there, because for all of us fans, that's what's going to make those global products better. If WWE is the only global product, we're fucked.
Yep.
None of us want that. We need New Japan World to be a success. We need my AEW to be a success. We need CMLL to start touring other countries. We need these companies to look at the whole world as their marketplace, because if not, WWE is just going to feed us all crap.
Without the competition, mate, it's going to be shit. It's like anything,
Psycho Clown.
They'll just call it how they want to have it, and we'll sit there and go, "This is bullshit," and they'll go, "Well, you know, we can do what we want because we control the market." And so, without that competition, they need to have that competition. It makes it better for everybody. Like,
bring it back, Bear. Bring back the Psycho Clown. Love it.
I heard Meef bring him up.
All right. So it is that time.
Last about a year.
It's that time where we do a thing, guys. Where we do a thing called Pops and Drops. And I'm coming in hot. Because you know what my drop of the week is? Zilla motherfucking Fatu. With his nympho babies comment. Like, bro, how you going to get on TV and mess up saying that you're not a nepo baby by saying that you're not a nympho baby? Do you know how long people have been waiting for you to get on TV? Yeah. And that's what you do the first time? What? I said good things about you on this show last week, Zilla. And then you came out and said nympho babies?
Everybody thought one of the other ones was going to say something stupid.
Like, you just proved that you are a nepo baby, because you clearly wouldn't have a job if you didn't know somebody, because you went on national TV and fucked up the first time you could, the first time you got a chance to do any goddamn thing. People have been speculating.
Uphill from here.
Oh my God. It has to be, except for the fact that his first match is up against All In.
Yeah, I saw that.
I was just like, I feel bad for you, bro. I feel bad for you, because as much as like the counter programming thing and this, that, and the other thing, but like realistically speaking, nobody's watching Zilla Fatu over All In. Nobody who would be watching like All In. Like, he's not drawing anybody away from All In. Okay, maybe Meefloaf.
No, I wouldn't, but I might just do it for a laugh.
Just for a laugh.
But you got to realize when you're signing with WWE that's the control that they have to do stupid shit like that and control your freaking destiny, man. At the end of the day, like, Zilla's a great in-ring performer and that, but it's how he's booked, man, and that's what WWE are really just not good at the moment, because like Mill was saying before, and like we all keep saying, man, it's become such a political bullshit corporate company now, that the people that have any idea whatsoever don't have any control at all, man. And it's just the people with the...
Paul Heyman said it out loud, man. They don't care about fans.
That's kayfabe lure, bro. You got...
Oh, dear
no, if it's the fucking truth, it's the fucking truth. Like, I mean, it might be fucking in kayfabe lore, but then you actually look at what's happening on the program and it matches exactly what he's saying. You know, he might be blurring the lines of actual real kayfabe, but I think there's some truth to that shit. You know,
if that's the takeaway from the comment.
I mean, look,
it's business 101. You don't give things away for free.
Look, I'm just gonna say it like Eminem, though. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime.
Mom spaghetti.
Mom spaghetti. I'm just saying, like,
what's your pop?
I'll give you my pop later. Y'all got to do your drops first. Or my drop. Fuck you, Zilla. Do better. Just do better, bro. I ain't scared of you. Do better.
You heard.
You heard.
My drop is this whole fucking AJ Styles kid thing blowing way the fuck out of proportion, man.
You are so right. Oh my god, the back and forth
too. Because I know, like, I don't know him personally, but I've met Cannon a couple times. Like, he's a good dude. Like, he does like the biggest show, indie show in Minnesota, and
Right.
so like you know, I like it, and so it's like it sucks seeing this whole thing play out. You know, man.
My whole thing is everybody's right.
I know.
That's the worst part about this. It's like a bunch of people who are all correct are arguing. Yes.
Yeah.
You know, for guys who are busting their ass on the indies and they're on the ring crew and they're helping, and it's like that is part of the whole paying your dues and everything. Like, it is part of it. And guys who come in that are a little more privileged should get called out a little bit of like, hey, bro, like, can you stay after the show and help us move some fucking trash cans or like unscrew the ring ropes or like fucking wipe down a mat? Like, what's up, bro?
Yeah.
Like, you're too good for us. But at the same time, AJ is completely right where it's like, my kid wasn't booked to do that. He don't go to your shitty wrestling school. Like, you're saying he's privileged or whatever, but he got $300 to fucking perform in a match. He came, he busted his ass, performed in the match. No, he didn't clean up. Nobody asked him to. Wasn't part of his job responsibilities. If it was, I'd kick my own kid's ass if he didn't do his fucking shit. But that wasn't part of the deal.
Sounds spoken.
So why are you on my kid about not doing some shit that he wasn't even supposed to do?
Yeah, it's an unspoken thing, isn't it? Really, more than anything, or it's something that people would offer to do. If they...
Results may vary.
No, but the whole thing is too in wrestling. It's like, sorry, bro. If I got brought in and they treated me like I was on a higher level than you, I have to run with that because then that makes the next guy treat me better. And then I'm not making $300 a show. I'm making $800 a show. And then a year after that, I'm making $1,200 a show. It's part of the fucked up carniness of wrestling. Like, if you're not put on bitch status, don't act like you're on bitch status. You can't blame the kid for coming in like, hey, my dad is AJ Styles.
I've seen bigger people do it.
Look, don't get me wrong.
I have time for it.
There's guys like Adam Copeland that would have gone and worked that indie and rolled up mats until was the last person there. There's guys like Cody Rhodes that would have gone and did when he was out there, would go and fucking shake every kid's hand after the show, do all the stuff, go talk to the ring crew guys, take off turnbuckle pads. Like, maybe he wasn't doing the hard part, but he was out there helping. There are guys like that, but also like the wrestling business is hard. And if somebody gives you a leg up, sometimes you just got to run with it. Plus, the kid is fucking green. Like, he doesn't know. You're going to put him on blast on the internet when his dad is one of the biggest stars in the world? How the fuck are you expecting that to go?
Well, maybe AJ Styles.
Are you expecting the IWC is going to back you up when one of their favorite wrestlers called you out on it?
What AJ Styles should have distilled in him is to say, right, when you go there, make sure you help out. To make sure you're showing, like, you know, you ain't some entitled punk.
Okay, so I think you should get in the Twitter battle with AJ then, Meef. I think you should tweet at AJ Styles right now, like, hey, motherfucker, why don't you teach your kid better?
I will do if you want me to.
I agree with Meef because I know how this goes. This is how I met you, Meefloaf, because this is what you were doing then. You were blowing up motherfuckers left and right.
Playing Rocket League. Yeah, facts.
See,
all right.
I agree that maybe the kid was being done and didn't know, but then
I just see all these people.
AJ should really have kind of just been like, "Look, bro, make sure when you go there to." It's like that classic thing, like, you know, the shaking hands when you go backstage. If you don't know, you make a mistake, and it's like cardinal sin, and you have to work your way back after that. But, like, you know,
It's funny too though, because I've gotten in trouble for both things. I've gotten in trouble for not shaking hands, and I've gotten in trouble for shaking hands too. But also,
don't.
I default to shaking people's hands, but like no, because I've had some workers and talent and be like, "Yo, you're not a fucking worker. Why are you shaking hands with people like you fucking go here?"
That's what I mean.
I get that. I get that too. And then but my response to that is, oh, it's out of respect because I know what you guys do and I'm fucking Spartaned up. Like, I'm not just some fucking mark ass visitor to the back. Like, I help.
If
a lot
you didn't
of
shake the hand,
out,
I'd be like, what's this mark doing back here? Not shaking hands.
It's better
like I've helped set up a couple rings. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've taken a couple bumps. Like, I'm not a fucking worker, but also I'm gonna shake hands because I got respect and my mama taught me right. But at the same time, I have had workers be like, "Motherfucker, you don't go here. Stop shaking people's hands. Fuck you."
Yes.
And I get that too. There's no right or wrong with these things, but there are traditions. I feel like Veda Scott had a really interesting take this week where she was basically like, she wants the curtain to be pulled all the way the fuck back. She wants it all exposed, kill kayfabe completely, and then bring it back, because the mystique and the hidden part of wrestling, she feels like, is what allows scumbags to get away with shit in wrestling, because these things are known, because there's backstage traditions, because there's wrestlers court, because there's, you know, this paying dues and hazing and ribbing and all this stuff. She's like, she wants the curtain pulled back on all that shit. And I can't argue, but at the same time, part of me is like, no, don't do that. Like, you're gonna kill my wrestling that I love if you do that. But also, like, it's a dirty, dirty fucking business too. She's not wrong. How else do you clean it up? I don't know. Like, it's way cleaner now than it was 10 years ago, and it's because of all the curtain being pulled back. So maybe she's right. I feel bad for her.
You're saying, you know, we need more WWE Unreal.
Yeah, Unreal, bro.
Yeah, not Unreal.
Yeah, Unreal, man, pull the curtain all the way back. Let's just.
But Unreal isn't pulling the curtain back. Unreal is pulling back the curtain to reveal another curtain.
You want Unreal, you know, like the Unreal of Unreal. This is the behind the scenes.
Look, I'll say this: the AEW reality show was closer, and I know a lot of people that were involved in that, and there was a few things that were a little stagey, but there was a lot of shit that flew on that AEW show that Tony Khan didn't stop, and it was real. Like, it was real, and it was between the performers, and there was actual drama and whatnot. Like, the WWE show is like, who do we want to spotlight in the back? And then they pick somebody, they send the crew with that person, you know, and then they you know, and they did a little bit of that with the AEW show, but like, I mean, the Britain Thunder stuff was real. They had real issues. They had real heat, and all that shit ended up on that show. And at the end of the day, a lot of people who had thought that Thunder was the one being a bitch backstage found out that it was actually Britt. And Britt sold herself out in that conversation she had with Shivani that was apparently totally real. Nothing scripted or sketched about it. And even afterwards, Shivani was like, oh, they'll never use that because it was so fucking real. And they used the shit out of it. Britt made herself look terrible. That's what Unreal should be. But
Traffic
also, AEW had to cancel that shit because motherfuckers backstage were about to fight for real left and right because they were getting real. They were exposing the business.
They did
way
fight
too
left
much.
and right.
You know,
Sammy get punched.
Yeah. And then Britt and Thunder had real fucking heat after that. And luckily for Thunder, it came out good for her at the end. But the first 3 episodes made her look like shit. And then finally at the end, and everyone was like, oh, wait a minute. It's the other girl. You know, but that was Britt did it to herself. It wasn't like Thunder's just in that show, minding her own business, trying to rehab her injury. Britt's talking about her faking it and not being really injured, and then this, that, and the other thing. And Shivani's just like, would you just leave this girl alone? What the fuck? I don't know. That shit was great. But also, that show is super duper canceled because Tony Khan was getting himself in trouble with talent, and it was making more headaches than he could have ever possibly wanted. And so you can't do that. And so WWE does this show where it's like, yeah, after the fact, we'll tell you that we were writing the show and that we did a few things, and that, Michael Cole doesn't think Chelsea Green should be beating top girls, and then we'll let her beat top girls later because of it. Like, it's a fucking work.
I don't know.
Unreal is a work. It might be a work shoot, but it's a fucking work.
Oh,
say it ain't so. It's literally called Unreal.
Yeah.
It's a good way to sort of set up angles too, you know what I mean? Like exactly like you're saying, You can expose so much of it, but then you can also set up the scene for people that are lured into it to believe it's all real, you know what I mean?
And I like that. I think new kayfabe. I don't have any problem with that. With like what Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega did tonight. I like that shit. They did new kayfabe tonight. Well, let's tell it how it really is. Let's mention TNA. Let's talk about companies we're not supposed to talk about.
Dude, that build sold me, man. The like, you couldn't beat me without Don Callis, and him being like, yeah, you're right. I was like, oh shit. So this actually really does mean something to Will.
No, I like that because it's like the screwdriver thing should be haunting him. Yeah. But also it exposes AEW a little bit of like, oh, yeah, these guys have both flip-flopped from face to heel so many fucking times. The story doesn't even make sense. So now they can call each other out on how their story doesn't make sense. That's the shit I have a problem with AEW. Like, you just kind of exposed your bad writing here. But also, it's kind of fun, so I'll go with it.
Everybody's a tweener, but sometimes you're tweening more heel than face, man. Sometimes.
I get it. I like that shit in my comic books. I just don't know. I haven't gotten used to it in my wrestling yet.
I think it works when it works. And sometimes it's not as clear. But
I am an old ECW guy, though. But I liked when it was, and I liked some of these anti-hero heroes. But at the end of the day, it was still like, yeah, Sandman was going to beat somebody up with a stick and be a drunk bastard, but you knew that, like, he was your guy.
It's true.
You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, Rob Van Dam was a piece of shit, like, smarmy, cocky asshole who smoked a bunch of weed, but, like, he was still your babyface guy. He was your dude. I don't know. Anyway, Meefloaf, do you have a drop?
Wagner losing.
Yeah.
Wagner should have gone through.
When I look back at that, it would have made way more sense to do Wagner against Roman, like two heavyweights going against each other, rather than just have like you could have had. I think Anime would have been great as well, but to give him an opportunity because like
for me, it's supposed to be
Psycho.
It's supposed to be fighting AAA guy really, and Penta.
They took him out though. Didn't they take
well, I think that WWE is making it very clear that there's AAA guys and then there's WWE luchadors, and WWE luchadors are higher on their totem pole than AAA guys.
Which is understandable because they've made it out of AAA to go to the big show. So it's understandable to agree. But if
I get it, but also like
match, it's Wagner's mask.
Wagner is greater than Dragon Lee to me.
Yeah.
Because there's history there. And that's what
La Parka is a bigger brand and face to me than Ray Phoenix. Even if he's La Parka number 3 and he's all skin and bones and the newest guy to do it, but like
there's course for all of them. Really.
We're talking IP here, right? Like what is to me? It's like okay, it's Roman Reigns versus your AAA IP.
But here's the thing: if you're gonna have somebody represent AAA, like out of all of them, like who's got the most history with it, you would go with Wagner because it's in the bloodlines of what AAA is. You know what I mean? And they've all got their claim to Lucha Libre and to AAA. But you would have thought that it would have made more sense for Wagner to definitely go over that. But that's
Wow.
Big Bad Steve is better than Dragon Lee, for fuck's
I missed
sake.
getting my
Oh my god.
messages from Big Bad Steve.
Oh my god.
I know
Big
you
Bad
don't give a shit,
Steve.
Mill, but I'd be interested to know who Mill would have thought would have gone. I know you don't give a shit about WWE, but like for the sake of
Psycho Clown, man.
They took him out, bro. They
should have been in it. Should have been.
Missed
opportunity.
I think Psycho Clown has visa issues, though, doesn't he?
Are they setting up Phoenix versus Penta? Is that the deal that they're doing?
Shit, and that's why he's not allowed on WWE.
And don't get me wrong, that'll be a banger because they're capable of putting on a banger. But
I mean, if you're smart, the other play that you can go with here, which I would think the WWE should strongly consider, you do Penta versus Phoenix. Phoenix goes over. Phoenix faces Roman. Roman fucking destroys him, and Penta has to make the save in Mexico. And then you set up a Roman Penta thing down the line. That would be good booking. That would keep the crowd happy when Penta ran in and made the save on Phoenix.
The problem is they've already told you Phoenix isn't winning.
Triple Mania match, you can book it there.
But I don't think any of these guys is winning. You're not going to send Roman to Mexico City for the first time.
I mean, I think
beat him.
I think you're right. I think they should put Phoenix over because Penta's already got like the main roster rub of being like Penta and being good. If they were smart, they would put Phoenix over and let Phoenix get a reasonably competitive match with Roman where he can show off a bit. I don't think he obviously is going to win, but Phoenix can have some of those viral moments that WWE loves, him doing crazy aerial stuff.
They've already started setting up
huge
loads of title matches
highlights
for Phoenix for his belt in AAA. So he's not winning.
He's got to take a loss somewhere. I'd much rather him take the loss against Roman.
Because they've set up one in AAA for him, and they've just set one up on NXT.
I mean, and again, I don't know that they'll go that way. It might be a straight Penta thing. Who knows?
That makes sense. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna have a Mexican lose in Mexico City, the best thing that you can do is have Penta run in and make a save.
Yes.
After the match.
And break Roman's arm.
That would be
already.
So amazing. Like if Roman was going to go out and take a break anyway, if they had Penta come back with his arm breaker gimmick on Roman, oh my God, that would be fucking phenomenal. I would co-sign the shit out of that.
I'd pop for that. Give me and then I'd be way more interested.
We'll end up with the Lucha Brothers versus the Usos.
Yeah, and I'm perfectly okay with the Luchas Brothers versus Uso match as well. Honestly, that's like.
But can it be the Usos from 3 years ago?
Yeah, I was going to say 10 years ago.
Can it be pre-run it back Usos?
No, it's this week. Run back this week.
Maybe they'll get that match out of them.
I just need the regular day one-ish Usos. They were so fucking good at the beginning of that Bloodline run, like. The matches that they were having right when Jimmy came back from his DUI, they were on fire, dude. They were literally one of the best tag teams ever for like 6 months. And then I don't know what the fuck happened to those dudes. I really don't. Because watching them now, I'm just like, oh. I mean, some of the stuff that they were doing with the Street Profits and like with Otis and Chad, because it was Otis and Chad back then. Bro, those matches, like the mid card on Raw, when it was the Usos and Street Profits and Alpha Academy, the original Alpha Academy, were fucking fire. And even Elias was in there sometimes with a random ass partner or whatever. Like that shit was good, and the Usos were fucking great. And New Day. New Day was the other team that was around.
That was the mid card at one point. Was like the Shield and the Wyatts versus the Usos.
Right.
That was like the heyday of the mid card in WWE in the last 20 years.
I mean, There's been a lot of times when the Usos were like the highlight of the mid card, and maybe that's what they need. Maybe they need a less pressure
They need
spot.
the penitentiary. They need to go back to the Uso
The
penitentiary.
Uso penitentiary.
Do what?
Warning
You
shot.
run that back.
All right, Coma. Do you have a drop, Coma?
Yeah. This one's going out to somebody that I can't get behind. The female.
LA Knight.
Yeah, the female LA Knight. I can't get behind Willow. I really can't. It's just that I don't know. There's something about the gimmick. It's very John Cena-esque. It's very LA Knight-ish in its ways.
She's a bully.
She's a douche, mate. She's a Karen. She's a bloody Karen, mate. Rubber. I just can't get behind it, man. It just doesn't make sense to me, man. Like, it's frustrating to watch that kind of. You know, I get it. You know, it's like even worse than Bailey in its sense. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
So did you like Hugger Bailey when Bailey was a hugger? You didn't like Hugger Bailey?
I've only recently gained a little bit of respect for her. Like, I get the gimmick. I get everything about who she is and what. But I've never really found her to be entertaining for me, man. Until recently, where I can tell that her experience is starting to pay off in ring, and she's been one of the better female performers in the ring. But as for her gimmicks, yeah, none of them ever really floated my boat or tooted my horn. That's for sure.
Well, so did you like the New Day when they were doing their Rainbow and Sunshine pancake gimmick, or do you just not like those kind of gimmicks?
No. I think that New Day did a better job of selling that kind of power positivity, if you will.
I think with Big E, they really did. I thought Big E was kind of the linchpin, making it not too cheesy.
Yeah, I mean, like they were going out throwing pancakes to everybody and bootios. Like they've got good character. Like the New Day, they're better sort of suited for that kind of thing. They could sell that better than what I think Bailey can, because I think Bailey's just too plain Jane, man. If that makes sense.
Yeah, interesting. Willow's kind of an interesting thing too. All right, Pop's time. Meefloaf, what's your pop?
Peace out, Mel.
That WWE Raw is remotely watchable for the second week in a row.
Yeah, it was. It honestly was. Raw did not kill us.
It's only a pop because having to watch it every week and suffer the pain and misery.
Says the host of Raw Doggen.
Yeah.
I mean, we did not have to hate watch Raw this week. That's a nice feeling. That's a pop.
I think what saved that too was there was actually no Joe Hendry concert. That would have really sent me over there.
Oh, that would have finished it.
Although, in saying that, fucking LA Knight was.
See, and maybe now I feel good that I did watch the American version this week, and I don't get those in between segments.
True,
I didn't get the Danhausen segment.
Oh, that was so stupid. That was so stupid.
I feel like that saved me. Like Raw might have gotten a worse rating if I had watched that segment.
Look, I don't know how they plan that. Like, it's my birthday today. Okay, go out and sing happy birthday to yourself. So he does. Nobody else sings along. And then he goes, let's give some human monies away, because that's what he's all about, collecting human money. So he goes out there and then shoots a cannon that persists to not even get to the crowd, comes back at him, and then he turns the other way to throw it at the crowd, misses it, it comes back to him. He's like, yeah, all right, cool. That's it. That's my skit today. Like, are you for real? Like, no, it's just stupid.
No.
Like, Joe Hendry could have come out with a guitar and sing hip hip hooray for him. Done a good job. Bullshit.
Well, Joe Hendry needs to do cover songs. That's part of the problem with Joe Hendry's whole thing.
Yeah.
So what is your pop of the week, Comatose?
Come back to me. I haven't thought that far ahead yet. I'm trying to find
Okay,
something.
Bear, what's your pop of the week?
Mine is AEW finally making these trio belts mean something.
I don't even know if it's the belt so much as just the division is wild right now. It's exciting.
I know, but the division has always been that. It could have always been that, and it felt like they just were not doing that. And that's the part that would be so frustrating, is you'd look around and you'd be like, dude, they perfectly set up all these pretty cool trios teams, but you're not really seeing these belts elevated in a way, or the division as a whole be elevated in a way that makes me they really felt like this afterthought belt. But you're like, but the potential's there. There's all these cool teams. What the fuck are we doing? You have all these cool trios. You've purposely set up trio things happening, but like you're doing nothing with the belts. It just they've had a deep trios division forever.
Well,
you know?
I think one of the secrets to success for AEW right now is parity. They have a lot of divisions that have a lot of guys that are now seen at equal status. The trios division is no exception, where now you've got all these teams where it's like, oh shit, it could really be any one of these teams any day. Just like I was talking about when, Street Profits, Usos, and Alpha Academy were all having those big tag runs or whatever. It could have been any one of those teams any day, and that helps. Because it keeps it exciting, it keeps it interesting. And if you like those teams and you like watching them perform, then you want to see those titles go back and forth. Like any one of those trios teams, I can be the trios champion and I'm good with it.
Yeah.
And it's fun. And you've got that going on too. Like just looking at the Fletcher Takeshita Okada match. It's like, here are these three guys that are the same work rate kind of Japanese style, strong style guys, and they're at the same level, which is great because literally we're talking now that they've gotten Kyle Fletcher and Takeshita to Okada's level. They've created parity with Okada. That is not an easy thing to do. And it's definitely, I think, part of the success of what's happening in AEW right now. And and giving Maya World that win tonight did it for her too. It put her on the same level with Statlander and Hikaru Shida and Persephone. They're finding a way to do it. Now, you have to be careful in doing that because in making everybody feel like equal stars, you might not be making enough big stars. And
well, that's where the big stars will separate themselves. I mean, that's where you're going to have to make it. If you're an MJF, you're going to make yourself stand out, and he does. It doesn't matter what feud you're in, and MJF is a feud that I want to be a part of, even if it's not for the world title,
Well, and there's other guys that have to do stuff like that. Like Hangman, they have to figure that out. Swerve even, like, you got to find a way to make Swerve still seem like a top guy and not like he slips back mid card. And and if they put him in the trios division with Hangman, that helps. Because then he keeps his parity in a different division, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm still chasing the same thing I was chasing at the top.
Story there. There's a story there.
That's why I'm saying. Then that's the smart way to do it, because you kind of have to have those things, and that's why breaking Takeshita off was smart, so that they can do they can all have these things going on, and I don't know, like there's definitely smart things happening at AEW. They do need to keep building story with it though. Like this trios thing is great, but it can't just continue to just be kind of a clusterfuck schmoz of every trios team in the world coming after Brodito with Page.
It needs to evolve, right?
What are they called? Bro Hangdito?
The good, the bad, and the ugly. The good, the bad, and the ugly.
But like that whole division, like as good as it is, like it's got to evolve into something if you're going to keep it going too. And that's where I was trying to say before that I think that one thing that professional wrestling lacks and has been lacking for a while is the ability to have stables. You have your gang warfare sort of styles. Like you got the bloodline, right? But who's a major challenge to the bloodline? They just made more bloodline. So do you know what I mean? But if you took the teams in the division at the moment of your trios and that. Like I said, you have what do you call them? The Hurt Locker, the Bobby Lashley Locker. That's one, that. Pair them with have that dynamic between them and Shane Taylor Promotions.
They're doing that, huh? Yeah. They're doing that right now.
What I'm saying is it's good. It's a good thing because if you put them together and make a stable out of them all together, Shane Taylor Promotions is paying off. The Hurt Locker, what the fuck you call them? I don't know, but they have that dynamic there that's it's going for them. You could do a lot with that angle, and then you could do a lot with everybody else that's in there as well. Like you've got Ricochet and what is it called? The Demand and who's
Lethal Twist. Lethal
Twist.
But you could. There's another stable you can make out of it.
They are, but that's what they are doing. That is a little. That is Ricochet stable, and then you got the dogs that are aligned with the Death Riders. That's another big stable that you're talking about. Then you have the conglomeration that is this loose bunch of face guys, and I don't even know who's all in that. But like what you're describing is already happening.
Yeah, it is to an extent, but you could have brand
to an extent. In what way is it not?
Okay, so what do you call Ricochet and Lethal Twist group? What do you call it? Just
it's still the demand, but the Lethal Twist are like the demand.
Give it one name, a group name, man. So you've got a decent stable. Like you've got two teams together.
But you have your Lethal. You have the demand, which is the big stable, and then you have like the Lethal Twist that is a trios team.
Make it one whole stable is what I'm saying.
They are one whole stable.
They're another gang, mate. There are two gangs pushed together.
Ricochet is clearly the leader of the stable.
Right? Is he?
Yeah, yes, he's the leader of the demand.
Have you talked to Jay Lethal? I don't think you like that.
Jay Lethal was dressing like the demand the other day. He came out looking like Ricochet's little brother. He looked like he took the.
I think Jay Lethal is just happy to be on TV. I don't think Jay is mad about it.
Yeah.
Black machismo. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Coma, do you have a pop yet?
Yeah, look, I'm gonna go. Like I've been watching, I've been playing back a little bit of the wrestling that I've missed out on, especially getting into a little bit of Ring of Honor at the moment. And I did put it in the chat before, but I did see some of that Ring of Honor from
Global
Mexico
Wars.
City. The what?
From Global Wars.
You call it what you want, whatever it was at Mexico City when you guys were.
Yeah, it was Ring of Honor Global Wars.
All right, so Global Wars. The match between Lio Rush and El Clone was fucking phenomenal.
Oh, you mean the one match we didn't see?
Yep.
Yeah, I saw part of it at the top of the arena. I could only see about half the ring, enough to know Lilo was in the match, and I was like, "Fuck!"
Dude, the craziest shit happened. We had extra sets of tickets. We were all waiting to get together because Tony had the good tickets, but Bear was like, "Fuck this! I want to see the show." So
I want to see Leo Rush.
So Bear and Danny Diaz ran off to see the show with Pato's tickets, but Pato didn't give them the actual tickets. He just scanned them in, so they got in, but they had no idea where their fucking seats were. Damn. So, and the rest of us are still running around outside like our chickens with our heads cut off. But so Bear got to see from some obstructed viewpoint a pinch of Lio Rush's the side of his head in the match, and then he comes running back out like, fuck this. And right when he comes out running out like, fuck this, we were all there, and Tony got us all in, and we sat in like the 9th row or something on the floor.
And as we were walking in, Lio Rush was walking to the back. Like that was the part that we saw.
So we missed that, but several of those matches came from the Tuesday night show the night before, which baffled us the night before because it didn't say anything about AEW or Ring of Honor when we were watching the show. It was just the CMLL Tuesday night show that had AEW performers on it. But then half of those matches ended up being on Ring of Honor Global Wars, and it made a lot of sense now because we were like, why is AEW getting all the finishes in this fucking thing? Like, they're jobbing out a lot of CMLL here, and we were surprised, and the audience was not happy about some of it. But the Kyle Fletcher Mascara Dorada match was fucking phenomenal, and that match from that show is the one that I have the mask from now. But and then what else? So then there was like the Lio Rush match. There was like 3 matches I think that came from that Tuesday night show that we saw, and then the Thunder match with all the girls after Grand Slam was also on that Global Wars, and then whatever the match was that came after that I didn't see because me and Byron had to jet to get the equipment.
The young heels,
versus
the conglomeration.
But dude, once I saw what that card was of all the matches that they were putting together, like I haven't seen that Global Wars episode yet, but I was there for almost all the matches, and I saw the ones that they use on there, and I was like, oh yeah, I get it. That's a fucking banger. Everybody should watch that because some of those matches.
Did they do that Bandito match?
Yeah, I think that Bandito match from Tuesday. Yeah,
really.
The one from Tuesday was the one that it's on Global Wars, I think, isn't it?
I can't remember the name, but
I can't remember. He looked
Caveman, but man, he was.
He looked like Mighty the Moth from a distance, man. Like
it was Byron
Cabanario, Barbaro Cabanario.
Yeah,
which means barbarian caveman.
Yeah, Captain Caveman when he took the dive from the top rope. Holy shit, that was insane. To the outside on Bandito. I was like,
yeah, that guy's super duper over too. Like he's Hechicero level over. That's a solid pop. Yeah, everybody should go check out that show. Everybody should
they showed out. They showed out. It was
Ring of Honor Club that, or hope that it shows up on YouTube. And if it does, did you see it on you? Is it on regular YouTube?
It was on YouTube that I watched that highlight, but I'm sure the rest of it should be there. But
I don't know. Yeah, it's like I know that they advertised it to be on Club of Honor or whatever their streaming service is, the whole 2-hour show that they put together out of those matches. And a lot of times, like a week or so later, they'll put them up on YouTube. So if it comes up on YouTube, watch it.
It was their commentary team, the Ring of Honor commentary team behind it. So, but yeah, obviously the ring was AEW ring, and everything else was, I think, CMLL. Apron and shit. But yeah,
it's good shit. Good shit.
Yeah.
So
right.
For my pop of the week, like at first I was like, oh, it's got to be Steph Vicaire. Like, oh, so happy to have her back. Such a relief. Makes me very happy. But I think that boobs might be fake now. I think she may have had an augmentation, and I'm not down with that. So I couldn't make that my pop of the week. It's just not my thing. Still
a very part of that whole angle that I was saying I watched, and it was bleh.
Steph Vicaire this week on Raw was really good. She was good on Raw. And then I was really like, oh no, it's got to be El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr., the third. Wagner just was a breath of fresh air being on Raw. I know he didn't get the win, but to me, it really was one of those like breakout moments for this guy. Like, dude, this guy's on Raw. He's showing out to the point where I want him to win, even though I know he's not going to. And it was a good moment. I loved it. I loved everything about it. I thought it was a great match. I thought it was a great showing for him specifically. And it was one of those things in wrestling this week that made me smile, made me really, really happy. But the thing that made me the happiest in wrestling this week, I realized it when Bear and I were chatting during the show earlier tonight. Baltimore, Maryland, that crowd made tonight's fucking AEW. The Baltimore crowd is my pop of the week. I want to see a show now with that crowd. That was a fucking amazing hot crowd that took what was kind of an show on paper. I told you guys earlier today, I was like, I'm not looking forward to this other than the Nigel Hechicero match. But I think from the very first match that I could have given any fucks about, that crowd got me into it, made me enjoy the entire show more, made me pay attention to more of what was going on, made that show work for me. That crowd being hot. And like right off the bat, Excalibur was fucking shits. He was horrible tonight.
He didn't know what was going on.
No, he kept trying to put Kenny Omega in matches that he wasn't in and like stumbling all over himself. He was fumble fucking it the whole night too. It didn't stop.
Been drinking with Jeff Hardy.
Tony Khan was in his ear, or maybe it was because the Baltimore crowd was so fucking loud that he just couldn't get it right. But the commentary,
crowds make the show so much better. Just in general.
And considering how bad commentary was, I didn't think they were getting stories over very well. But the crowd still got it through. Like the crowd, and we've seen so many. Like whenever AEW was in Vegas a couple weeks ago, or last week, or whatever the fuck that was. That crowd could not have given a fuck about what they were seeing. Like there was just no level of interest coming from the crowd. And when you can feel that coming from the crowd, you're sitting at home like, well, why the fuck am I watching it? If you're there and you don't even like it in that live arena with these guys killing themselves and 20 feet away from you, why the fuck should I care 3,000 miles away on some TV, you know?
Especially
that crowd.
Especially got like a smaller crowd and like a smaller venue, like even going to Detroit last week. That was popping in there, man. That was going off in that theater.
Detroit was a good crowd too. Baltimore has been a good one. Obviously, Mexico was great. They've had some really good crowds in the last summer. Then they've had a couple of doozies.
Yeah, that Vegas crowd was just the one thrown in the last four. That was
I don't
just
think the Nashville crowd was particularly great either.
No, they weren't either. No.
I'll tell you, another thing too, guys, that I sort of picked up on too with the broadcast, man. Like, I love Taz, man. I think he's great, but I actually think Big Show's more, comical.
Big Show was so much better.
Yeah,
and maybe it's just because
trying to
he's
pick
fresh.
Fights.
Maybe it's
Yeah.
because he's fresh. Maybe it's because it's new for him and it's exciting and he's having more fun with it. But like tonight, listening to Shivani, Excalibur, and Taz, like I am a huge Taz maniac. I love me some Taz. But I got to be selfish here, and I'm talking about for my own enjoyment. Paul White, I made it more enjoyable for me to listen to commentary last week than Taz did this week, or Excalibur for that matter. Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you, of the AEW lead hosts, I like Riccaboni, then Shivani, and then Excalibur. And as the color guys, I like Nigel, and then I like Paul White, and then I like Taz.
Yeah, I think
no Daniel Bryan on your list.
No,
the two guys on the whole team that I can do without, honestly, are Excalibur and D-Bry. I don't really care for them that much. Like, I don't have anything against Excalibur. I get it, but he's not my dude.
Yeah. Well, where's JR? Is JR not doing it anymore?
JR's been having health issues off and on, and
brain surgery. Yeah, he's had a brain surgery,
and they'll still use him if he's up for it.
That's the question, right?
I think they want to take him to All In if they can, and have him do one or two matches. But I don't know if he's going to make it. I mean, not like he's going to die, but I don't know if he's going to be able to make the flight to London.
Yeah, I mean,
but I think Tony will occasionally use JR on pay-per-views for like one or two matches. And the last couple of times he's done it was really good. I think using him sparingly and just letting him focus on one or two big matches and get his notes together.
Yeah.
He's still got it on that level, but like doing these fucking 5-hour pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Shit, even Shivani's getting too old for that shit. That's why Excalibur does lead commentary instead of Shivani.
I miss Bobby the Brain, mate. They used to bounce off each other really well. But the thing I like about the Big Show in commentary is that he makes things relatable between like, his experiences in wrestling. Like whoever's wrestling, he can like draw a story to it. You know what I mean? It gives you a bit more sort of, idea about who the characters are, and it makes it a bit more relatable, I guess.
I'm okay with him as long as he stops trying to fight people.
No. What?
Just stay in your lane, bro. Hang out at the commentary desk. You're good at it. We don't need
his
you to
lane
fight
is that he can just take that giant meat sandwich hand and just go and just kill people with it. That is his lane.
I wish you'd tell the story about him shitting himself in the ring more.
Oh my God. Bro, Paul White is one of the best storytellers. I've only met him like 2 or 3 times, and every single time it's a nice handshake. He's super friendly, and he's like, "Let me tell you a story."
Handshake. You swallow your arm with me, go like.
It's the most intimidating thing ever, but he knows it. He loves it. He loves the handshake, and he will just
literally like swallow your arm.
He goes in like total business handshake, but then he'll do the overhand cuff on it, and it's like, dude, your hand has already swallowed mine. You don't need to prove your point by like double cupping it with both hands. Now you're just humiliating me. Fuck
is it like twice your hand? Is it twice your hand size? Like how big? Like
no, like my shaking his hand, my hand just disappears onto his thumb, and then he like wraps his thumb all the way around you, and then he brings his other hand in and gives you one of these and holds it just a little too long because he knows it's a fucking power move. Son of a bitch. But that's what. But the second he does that, you know what kind of guy he is. You're like, oh, this is going to be way too much fun. Like whatever I was going to do for the next 15 minutes, cancel it. I'm standing here with the Big Show. Or I'm sitting next to the Big Show, and I was actually standing. He was sitting on a bar. He was sitting on a bar stool, and I was standing, and he was still taller than me.
Damn.
He's just a huge, massive human being, but he's infectiously fun to be around. Just like immediately, you know, he's
got that character, doesn't he? Like, definitely.
Yeah,
like,
he's gonna rib you a little bit. He's gonna tell a story, like, and he's just always like that. He's always on. You know, he's one of those guys, and it's one of the reasons why, like, he never had a lot of heat. Everybody liked working with him, even though he was this big lumbering dude.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys where it's like, you can't be mad at Paul.
That's exactly what I was going to say, because I remember seeing him when he was here in Adelaide, and it was a pretty small house show for what it was, but I think he was a bad guy at the time. I think it was actually against Cena that he wrestled that night. But this little kid in the front row is going, Big Show, he's giving him shit, and Big Show's just like, stop, and he stops the whole match, right? And he walks out and he goes, kid, don't you realize I could crush you between my two fingers like this? And it's like, he's going off at him, and the kid goes. He's like, right, back on. Hilarious, dude. Like,
back on, let's go.
Dude, it was great.
Those are the things that you love. You love those characters. You love those people in wrestling. That's what it's all about. Like, like have a good time with it. You know, that's why we do this whole thing. But yeah, my pop, Baltimore, you guys did it for me. Like, it made something that I wasn't looking forward to enjoyable. I enjoyed watching Dynamite tonight. I enjoyed watching Raw on Monday. And we can't say those things every week. So should I even watch more wrestling this week? Like, I'm afraid
you
now.
Should watch SmackDown, man. SmackDown's actually been
I'll agree with you, man.
Bear is challenging me to watch SmackDown. So
I think SmackDown's actually been pretty good. There's been some stuff on there that's worth
There's a
watching.
lot of my
Even
favorite characters in wrestling are on that show. I've just had so much trouble with that show not being good when I show up to watch it.
Yeah, I don't know. Even that Orton and Cody feud is finally getting to be the point at what it should have been when we're going into WrestleMania.
Right. We'll see. I'll tell you, I'm really upset by this Maya Willow thing on Collision. It's just so stupid.
What if they put her over?
I know, but like, why are you going to show me an ad for Willow versus?
What if they
Mercedes?
put Maya over, man? What if she wins it? What if this is all one long con and we get Maya versus Mercedes at Wembley?
That would be great, but it wouldn't make any sense to do that.
I'm not here to make any sense, man. I'm just here to say, what if?
I would be far more entertained by that than the Willow match.
And then see Willow crash out afterwards, or like she's trying to be positive, but she can't be
positive. Or if they turn it into
anymore.
A three-way dance or something, whatever, I'd be down for that.
I want to see Willow like lose it, and then be like, she's like, I'm positive, I'm so happy.
Dude, how crazy would it be though if Maya was the first double champ in AEW, the first women's double champ? How crazy would that be?
Do it, TK. Do something wild, man.
If he Chris Jericho'd her this early in her career over all these other girls.
Fucking send it.
Send it. We're gonna leave it at that, folks. That's an interesting one. We'll see. Maya World versus Willow on Saturday for Collision. Friday night, I've been challenged to watch SmackDown. So I'm going to attempt to watch SmackDown this Friday. So until next time, wish good things for me in wrestling and stay calm. And
wait. I just want to give a special shout out to Meef for his concentration face this week. I think that was gets a bonus point for the concentration on his face this week in Raw Dogging. If you missed it, go back and watch it, because this face, when he's concentrating, priceless.
That's how you know.
Oh, that's how you know. It's how you know. How you know?
How you know. Until next time, stay calm and stay in the mix.